Systems and 631-1999 to schedule your appointment today. That's 631-1999 for Roach's Air Conditioning and 5 Productions Gun Show this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Walter Gerald's Performing Arts Center on National Parks Highway in Carlsbad.
Carlsbad is here for all your home improvement and DIY projects. Visit Sutherlands.com for how-to tips and guides. Skip the hassle. Buy online and pick up in-store for free at 2101 South Canal in Carlsbad. From hardware, lumber, cabinets, and plywood to fencing, power tools, and furniture, Sutherlands has what you need for the job, plus great financing options. Sutherlands, help can build it better since 1917.
Shop Work Shamrock from the Pato Gold and save up to 25% off. Thousands of work boots as low as $29.99. Congrats to Russell Thompson, February's winner of a 55-quart Cordova cooler, a $360 value. Hurry, save and know the green during the St. Patrick's Day sale ends 3/31 at Working Guys. Open 7 days a week at 109 East Broadway.
Did you know that when you become employed with Eddy County, you're one of the best and most competitive benefits packages in South New Mexico? Eddy County offers great pay, paid vacation, paid sick leave, and holiday pay. In addition, you get para-retirement, and for full-time employees, 100% health insurance paid and 60% for your dependents. You can find a list of open positions and apply at New Mexico Workforce Connection or online at eddycounty.org. Eddy County is an equal opportunity employer.
Did you or a loved one work at the Waste Isolation Pilot Plant site? If so, you could qualify for benefits, including up to $400,000 in cash compensation. If you'd like to learn more, go to the Pecos River Village Carousel House at 711 Muscatel in Carlsbad for a town hall meeting on Monday, March 27th. There'll be an open house from 3 to 8 p.m. with scheduled presentations and Q&As at 4 p.m. and again at 6. Again, that's Monday, March 27th from 3 to 8 p.m. at the Pecos River Village Carousel House, 711 Muscatel in Carlsbad.
Southeast New Mexico weather.
The forecast for southeast New Mexico, the 285 highway corridor is going to be quite busy today and windy with a crosswind with wind gusts up to 35 to 45 miles per hour. As temperatures near 80 degrees in Roswell, 83 in Carlsbad, Artesia, and Hobbs and Lovington near 80 degrees. The wind will remain gusty as well on Thursday. For W105 FM, I'm meteorologist Ron Roberts.
Your country plays on W105.
Be in the Breakfast Club powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet. Online at carlsbadchevrolet.com. Text line at 877-396-W105. Brought to you by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Online at amigo-machinery.com. Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer. And YouTube, Rumble, and Facebook video feed brought to you by Desert Sand Water Well. Online at desertsandsnm.com.
What's today? Today is National Goof Off Day.
It's National Goof Off Day.
Do something fun and leave the work until tomorrow.
When everybody else around is goofing off.
Goofing around?
You're goofing off like a bunch of goof offs.
What am I doing?
I'm putting on a show.
Okay, it's enough goofing off.
Oh, happy National Goof Off Day.
It's showtime.
And good morning to you. It is already 7 minutes after the hour 7. I am Kevin P. Will Rooney back in the house. Morning, Will.
Morning.
Tom A.
Morning.
In the usual position.
Stand it up.
And Russ Black.
Good morning.
Handling controls this morning. Morning show this morning being brought to you by our buddies at Carlsbad Chevrolet. We're powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet. Go talk to Daniel. They're looking for used cars right now. If you got one sitting in the driveway, go talk to him before you sell it anywhere else. And we're broadcasting in the End of the Mountain God studio this morning. Check them out. Looking for a weekend getaway. Perfect place. Go to the website. Text line 877-396-W105. Being brought to you by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. You can find them at amigo-machinery.com. Summer will be here. You're going to have a lot of projects to do. You might want to get yourself a Kubota. Question of the day. Being brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer. Avenue D and Lovington. Question of the day is National Goof Off Day. Yeah, give us your best advice on how to goof off. I'd love to hear from you. Tom, I'm sure, has many. And if you're watching on YouTube, Rumble, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, and the list goes on and on, that's being brought to you by Desert Sam Waterwell. Mention being the Breakfast Club, get 10% off. You can find them at desertsandsnm.com. They can repair your existing water well or maybe put you in a brand new water well. If you're waking up this morning with no water, call the guys at Desert Sands Water Well today. I'll check the weather. It's going to be windy throughout the day again, but maybe by Saturday, the wind is gone. 6:08, American Red Cross Day. Happening as young as you feel. Tom, if you were as young as you feel, how young would you feel?
I would feel 35.
You would feel 35.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. International Day of the Seal. National Goof Off Day. Sing Out Loud Day. World Water Day. And that's pretty much it when it comes to days. So Tom feels 35.
At my prime, yes.
That's a pretty busted 35, just going to say.
Yeah, 35. He feels 35.
Yeah.
Tom, when I was 35, I was a love-making machine. I wasn't 8 times in 3 months. Just saying.
You had to go.
Just throwing it out there. You said it last Friday, 8 times in 92 days.
Shops over it a week later. Hello.
8 times in 92 days.
5. Get that right, 5 times.
What a love machine.
Yeah, you gave him a little more credit. You gave him 3 more times that he actually did.
Oh, did I? So it was only 5?
Yeah, 5 times.
5 times.
But
Holy
I
crap.
said it's about quality.
It's not what she said.
So,
5 times in 93 days.
Proud of that.
You weren't feeling like you were 35, I'm just saying. Because when I was 35, it was on like rabbits.
Donkey Kong, baby.
So, 35. Hillary Clinton and Chelsea Clinton attended Some Like It Hot. Of course, the play in New York City, and somebody pooped in the aisle near them. Somebody laid a pooper right there. And it was very close to Hillary and Chelsea. And at some point, they looked at each other and went, was that you, Mom? No. And by the way, intermission came on, and they had 2 big turds right there in the aisle next to them.
Gross. Dang.
And they're going after Donald Trump. You got people pooing everywhere. And this is what you're worried about. By the way, Chelsea said she hadn't seen a piece of poop like that since she hung out with Andrew Cuomo. What you got?
B, that play was turned into a movie starring Tony Curtis. He portrayed a woman in that movie, and guess who was the other woman that co-starred? Marilyn Monroe.
I'm just wondering. I'm just wondering who invited Amber Heard.
Yeah. I couldn't live without that information. Yeah, I'm serious. I don't think I could go on. Carrie Jean-Pierre threatened to cut short her brief after one of the reporters interrupted her and introduced. Yeah, and here's the deal. Ted Lasso was there with him, the Apple TV show, and things went much sideways. Yeah, it went sideways quick. And yeah, she was very, very upset. By the way, that guy who was a Nigerian went on Tucker Carlson last night, instantly added 20,000 Twitter followers. And The View's talking about this guy like he's a piece of trash. I'll play the clip from The View coming up in just a second. Well, did you see the chaos that was at the press briefing?
No, I didn't.
First time ever in American history, they bring on a TV show to promote the TV show. Of course, they said they were promoting mental illness awareness But here's the cut from yesterday. I'm going to go ahead and play it for you.
Against some people in the briefing room because you don't like them, you don't like them.
So you have a choice.
No,
You have a choice.
against
You
me,
have a
against
choice.
A number of people
Okay.
in the briefing room, and I'm saying that that's not right. This is not China. This is not Russia. This is the United States. This is the White House. It's been 7 months.
Yeah, I mean, they lost their mind. Did you hear the lady in the background cackling?
Yes.
That was actually a woman reporter.
Was that her laughing? Because it almost sounded like she was having a stroke.
No, she was like, not good. But yeah, she lost complete control. And she said, you have a choice to come on, be a member of the press or not be a member of the press. What an insensitive woman. And The View tore her up. I'll play that coming up. That is the tweet of the day. Morning show this morning being brought to you by our brand new sponsor, United Pump and Supply. Looking for a supplier that can hold up to the pressure? That's United Pump and Supply. Office opening up very soon in Carlsbad, and they're looking for relief valve technicians. If you are a relief valve technicians, they offer top pay and top benefits. They're an equal opportunity employer. Go to the website up-s.com for more information. They've got 60 years experience. They are the experts when it comes to providing top-of-the-line chemical pumps, valves, gauges, chokes, all of that, and much more for the oil and gas industry. Big name brands that they supply: Chicago Valve, Superior Products, Mercer, and the list goes on and on. By the way, if you are a relief valve technician, you ought to apply today because that office is opening up real soon in Carlsbad. Go to the website up-s.com for more information. Sunny, a high temperature 81. If it wouldn't be for the wind, it would be an awesome day today. 35-mile-an-hour winds gusting up today from the southwest. Windy tonight, 47 for the overnight low tonight. And it will be windy again tonight with winds holding steady at about 25 miles an hour. 35-mile-an-hour winds tomorrow, sunny skies and 78. And even wind on Friday, 45-mile-an-hour winds on Friday. They are saying possibly Saturday, sunny, 68, and just a little bit of wind. Check of the weather being brought to you by Camp of the Tall Pines, beautiful, scenic, Mayhill, New Mexico. Go to the website right now and check them out. Go to Facebook and check them out. CampTallPines.com. Or you can find them on Facebook at campofthetallpines.com. Check out all the amenities they offer. They offer a great place to get away for the weekend, for a week, church gatherings, family reunions. Maybe you got an athlete in the family. High altitude training is the way to go. Get up there, the mountain biking, the hiking, high ropes, low ropes. They got 18-hole disc golf course. And they also have a stock pond if you're a fisherman. 575-687-4101. Give them a call today or go to the website, camptallpines.com. 616, Tom A. is in charge of the text line this morning, and the cataracts are gone. This is great news because everything's peachy.
Whatever. Oh, by the way, I got a text. What's that incident at Local Hills fuel station? I'll check with my source here in a moment. B, it must have not been good because you're on your fifth wife. Says the texter.
What are you talking about? I'm on my fifth wife.
Since you bragged about, pow, pow, pow. And he's saying it must have been not good because
maybe it was just too much. I'm just saying maybe it was just too much.
Anyway, the lady in the background screams so he couldn't be heard, says the text. And I think he's from South Africa, the guy that was talking. Says
I thought he was from Nigeria.
Yeah. Well, this texter believes he's from South Africa, so.
Yeah, he didn't sound like South African. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna look him up.
And JD from Hobbs. Now, JD, I'm not gonna read that text because it sounds nasty. Okay, but anyway, there we go.
It sounds nasty. It's either nasty or it's not nasty.
Well,
it's nasty.
It's nasty. Do me another one. Throw me another one. Not that one. Me.
That's all I got.
Not for now.
I'm trying to look up. I'm trying to look up the Never mind. I even told you I will look it up. Thank you for doing a fair job. And I do
We
mean
do
fair.
have a text from David in Artesia. A lot of emergency vehicles headed east of Artesia on 82 this morning. Everyone be safe, so drive careful. We'll try to figure out what's going on out there and get some more information, but apparently there is a lot of traffic out that way. And
check with my source.
Traffic update being brought to you by Luke Ragsdale, RagsdaleLawFirm.com, reminding you, slow down, be safe, and get home to your family. We'll get more information on that.
Yep. Texting as we're talking.
Idaho approved the firing squad for executions. When the state getting the everybody was bitching and moaning about the lethal injection. Okay, we'll just move to the firing squad. I don't know which one's cheaper because the cost of ammo nowadays, but, we'll just go to the firing squad. Now, Tom, how does the firing squad work, typically?
Well, I think how that works, they think they have about 8 or 9 sharpshooters. Only one of them has a bullet.
They're not. Are they really sharpshooters?
Yeah, well.
I mean, you're not that far away.
Yeah.
It's not like you got to snipe the guy.
Oh, marksman or, expert marksman. So none of them knows who actually killed him.
Right. Nobody knows who actually killed the guy.
Right.
So Idaho saying everybody complaining about, about the about lethal injection, about, oh, it's too painful and this and that. We'll just go to firing squad.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what could be worse? Dropping them in a vat of acid? I don't know.
Yeah.
Either way, anybody that's being put to death, I really don't care about their pain because you inflicted pain on others. I don't care about your pain. Your pain is your problem, not my problem. You killed somebody's family member. I don't care. New York Knicks legend Willis Reed died yesterday. He was 80 years old. Nothing from Tom about Willis Reed.
Well,
Holy crap.
Willis Reed led the New York Knicks to the 1972 NBA
Holy crap, here we
championship.
go.
Well, and he came off the bench. He was injured in game, I believe, 5.
That idiot savant can't remember to pay his taxes, but can come up with, all kind of crap.
But he only played for a few minutes, and then I guess the teammates were inspired, and they won the championship for him.
Former U.S. Representative John Red, who was convicted in the Abscam bribery scandal back in the 70s, whose wife talked to Playboy about an in-session on the U.S. Capitals, died yesterday. He was 86 years old. So Willis Reed also died. Biden establishes 2 monuments yesterday. Did you guys see this? We're busy taking down monuments, and Joe was slapping up monuments. So Joe Biden put more than 500,000 acres of public lands under the federal protection yesterday by designating 2 monuments. Biden said our country's natural treasures define the identity of this nation, as he established the Abi Kwa. I have no idea what the hell this is. I'm going to be honest. In Nevada, and the Kastner Range National Monument in Texas, at the White House Conservation and Action Summit yesterday. Biden also announced that he released the Ocean Climate Action Plan. I'll tell you more about that. Well, Joe will tell you more about that coming up in just a second. And I don't know if you saw, they honored a bunch of people in the White House. President Biden honored actors, authors, singers, artists at the White House yesterday. This does nothing to me. The National Medal of Arts and National Humanities medals. Bruce Springsteen got it. Gladys Knight without the pips got it. Julia Louis-Dreyfus, she got it. Mindy Kaling received a medal. First Lady Joe Biden and Kamala Harris attended and they've been delaying this ceremony for 2 years because of COVID, of course. But I don't know what the purpose of this medal is. Are they war heroes? No. Did they do something besides singing, writing? No. I don't understand the whole idea of the medal. But congratulations going out to Bruce Springsteen, you big old time lib. You and Joe probably were like this. Real tight. 623. I've got the tweet of the day coming up. I'll get to that. Tom, it's on you, bro.
All right. Yay, says the text. Brian K., the alleged Idaho college murders will get firing squad after trial was found guilty. When found guilty, says the texter. I hope they televise it or live stream it, says the text.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
We'll have to wait. And Tom, hey, one bad dude, says the texter. Another one says, hang 'em high in Idaho. And this text says, I'm pretty sure that a firing squad is still lethal injection, maybe with a bullet.
There you go. Yes, 100% correct.
Hey, Stacy on Facebook hit us up. She says, there was an incident in Artesia, what everyone is asking about on the text line, helicopter on the way to take a patient for further care. She said she's been listening to it on the scanner all morning.
Okay. I've been waiting for Matt Hutchinson to give me something here soon. Just texted him.
Thank you so much, Stacy.
Yes.
You beat Tom.
Well, I've been waiting for official confirmation.
So, she's official. 625, tweet of the day being brought to you by Hobbs Airfield Speedway. Test and tune. Going to be April 8th. Gates open at noon. Races start at 1. $30 for a tech card, $15 spectators. Call Jamal, 575-631-5099. Follow them on TikTok, Facebook, and on Instagram. And they just rolled this out. Jamal hit me up early this morning. You can book with them your private test and tune at the Hobbs Airfield Speedway. If you need more information, call Jamal, 575-631-5099, $150 per car, no prep track, minimum 2 hours per car. Any additional spectators, helpers with the driver must pay $20 entry fee. So this is a perfect time to get your car on the track and test it before the big races. Call Jamal if you need more information. 575-631-5099. So I found the quote from Chris Rock. It was on Twitter, and this is the tweet of the day. Well, no, it's not the tweet of the day. Here's the Nigerian journalist that The View is hammering because he keeps raising his hand and everybody's ignoring him. So now they have to go dig up dirt on him because that's what The View does.
I don't think he's a serious guy. In 2013, he wrote an open letter on his blog to Nigerian actors saying that a topless scene she was in was offensive because, quote, you are really not attractive. Okay. Unquote. He's not a serious journalist.
Well, he
ran to Tucker Carlson right after this, so that tells you where he's at.
Well, I was going to comment that the sexism ran rampant in that interview because I watched it back, and he starts to say, she doesn't have to marry me or have babies with me or do it. And I'm like, what does that have to do with anything? This is a professional woman, and you are literally filibustering through a press conference where people were coming to speak about mental health. So,
by the way, press conference is not the place to talk about mental health. Press conference is where press asks questions and you answer the questions. First time in the history of the press conference where you bring on somebody from a TV show. Serious.
Well, let's get it straight, B. They don't answer questions. This is where the press asks questions.
Oh, you're right about that. Yeah.
and the press secretary avoids the question.
Yeah, you got that right.
They'll circle back to it.
Yeah, and he is Nigerian, and so he just wants to be he said he'd been sitting there for 8 months with his hands up, and nobody will call on him for whatever reason. All right, 628. Biden having problems. He actually admitted it yesterday. I don't know if you saw this, but he's doing the press conference at the conservation conference, and I don't know what part goes wrong.
I'm proud to use my authority under the Antiquities Act to establish the, and I want you to know it's a big deal, the Havaniqua May. I'm having trouble. Thank you. I got it.
And they applaud him like a but. Look, you want to call people Trump minions? They applaud him. For what? I mean, I'm serious. He admitted that he's having problems. He can't come up what else that he's supposed to say. Who did that remind you of, Will?
Oh, Tommy. Just a lot.
What?
It reminded me of you, Tom.
Can you imagine what would be going on in the press right now if in the middle of an address Donald Trump had done that and had to have people shout out the word? And then he would admit
and here's
it.
the foreign policy. I talked yesterday about foreign policy. Where is our foreign policy? Everything's going to hell in a handbasket. Now I understand it. John Kirby put it pinpoint. I'll play that clip coming up. But Biden offends the Irish. I'm Irish. Will's Irish. He wanted on to say that every Irishman is a thug that's locked up in prison or a drunk. Here's what he had to say yesterday about the Irish.
The Blewitts and the Finnegans and all of the folks who are related to spent 6 days there, and one of the things that it was a great experience. I'd been to Ireland many times, but not to actually look up to find my actual family members, and there were so many, and they actually weren't in jail. They were all, but all kidding aside, and there's still, if you go to County Louth, there's still a place called Finnegan's Pub, which is it's related to my family. Now, I'm the only Irishman you ever met, though, who's never had a drink, so I'm okay. I'm really not Irish.
So all Irish people are drunks and get locked up in jail. Thank you, Joe. We appreciate you so much. We appreciate you because you just keep stepping in it over and over and over. And did you understand that the ocean has power? Lots of power.
Today, we're releasing the first ever United States Ocean Climate Action Plan to harness tremendous power of the ocean to help in our fight against the climate crisis.
Yeah. So the ocean has power. It's unbelievable that the ocean actually has power. Crazy. Yeah. Very crazy. All right, Chris Rock. I'm going to get to Chris Rock coming up in a second. Chris Rock talking about Donald Trump. Mm-hmm. And if we elect Donald Trump, what's going to happen? I mean, not elect him, but if they arrest him, what will happen? Here's what he had to say, and he even referenced Tupac.
Before I start, talk about Adam, the CNN people. You guys really gonna arrest Trump? Do you know this is only going to make him more popular? It's like arresting Tupac. He's just gonna sell more records. Are you stupid?
These people do not get it that if you arrest Donald Trump and mess with the election, it's only going to empower. It's only going to empower Donald Trump. I don't know if you've been following his polling numbers in the last couple of weeks. The numbers are higher. His numbers are even higher. Kevin McCarthy says pretty much enough about Trump. We're not worried about Trump. We're worried about passing great legislation.
I know you've asked me this question a couple times all during this issue conference, and then you'll come back and it dominates the conference. No, we're not talking about this in our conference. You're just asking about it. So it only dominates your asking. But we're excited about doing something to make sure we're not dependent on China. We're very excited about making sure children and parents have a say in their kids' education. And we're excited about making America energy independent, lowering the price of gasoline for everyone, sustaining a geopolitical world that's actually safer, and actually bringing down inflation.
Did he just pull a Biden where all right, if it's good for Trump, it ought to be good for Michelle Lujan Grisham, right? On Tuesday, Republicans in New Mexico demanded an investigation into Democratic Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham over claims by a former staff member, James Holloman, that the then candidate for governor groped him.
What?
So the whole idea is if Trump can be criminally charged, then maybe Grisham could be criminally charged. Steve Pierce actually put out a statement concerning just that. And a bill to create civil rights division awaits the governor's signature. One thing legislature did in the final days of the session was create a civil rights division to be enforced by the attorney general. It would give more power to the attorney general, not only but now, but in the future. So before it becomes official, Michelle Lujan Grisham needs to sign it. I'm sure she will sign it because it has something to do with the Civil Rights Division. Can't wait for that. Don't we already have laws like that, hate crimes, civil rights violations? Of course we do. It's just another perfect example. Just make another committee. That's what they do. 635, text line, price of oil coming up next, Tom.
Maybe we have a response from Matt Hutchinson with the Eddy County Sheriff's Department. He says, yes, Tom, there's one vehicle rollover and a helicopter is en route. I asked him whereabouts was that accident. He said that accident occurred around the Hagerman cutoff. And this report being brought to you by
Luke Ragsdale, RagsdaleLawFirm.com. Here we go. Stacy scores one this morning.
Way to go,
Score is currently Stacy 1, Tom 0. Thank you, Stacy. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Zia Guns, 1907 North Main in Roswell. Over 1,000 guns in stock at any particular time. Handguns, rifles, shotguns, they've got them. Find the right gun. Get your ammo. Get your cleaning supplies. Tune up your bow. Trade in your old gun to get a better gun now at Zia Guns. And if you've been thinking about getting personal protection items, Zia Guns is the place to go. Ladies, they have lethal and non-lethal personal protection. Me, personally, I would rather the lethal. I really don't want somebody getting up and coming back and killing me and my family. But that's just me. Stop in and talk to them today. Zia Guns. You can find them in Roswell, 1907 North Main in Roswell. And don't forget, closed on Saturday, always open on Sunday. Thought for the day being brought to you by Wakefield Oil, 35 years serving Southeast New Mexico. Quality products, excellent service, dependable, boom or bust, they are there for you. On-road, off-road, they deliver. They have interstate batteries. If you need interstate batteries, unleaded, diesel, DEF value, whatever it is you need, go to WakefieldOil.com. 35 plus years ago, Mr. Wendell Wakefield brought the kids to New Mexico, started Wakefield Oil. Thought for the day in memory of Mr. Wendell Wakefield. Noises are meant to be picked since fingers, fit perfectly in the nostrils. Oh, noses. Damn, I pulled a Tom. Noses are meant to be picked since fingers fit perfectly in the nostril. I blew that. Dang, it's the cataracts. The cataracts. You didn't even know I had cataracts,
you
right?
It's the cataracts. Yeah, you flicked it.
Yeah. All right, we're going to talk about Tatum coming up next. A petition was out there, and looks like they could be taking this thing to a special election to add a fifth consul. I'll get to that story.
And also be on that Tatum situation, and we'll talk about it later. They are rebuilding the Tatum Police Department. And you want me to talk about
you
that?
know that was a tease, right?
Yeah. And that's a tease too.
Couldn't hold off for a second.
Since it was Tatum related.
Couldn't hold off until we came back and did the story.
Okay. Well, you asked me to help you. I'm helping you.
Well, I'm going to show you that I know what I'm talking about too, B.
Wow. That was a tease. We were going into the price of oil. It was a tease. It's coming up next.
I'm ready for that.
6:38. Price of oil this morning being brought to you by Spinnaker Oilfield Cementers. Currently hiring. They've got a training program to get you started. If you supervised a frac crew, Spinnaker can teach you to be a supervisor for their cementing department. They've got the SSIT program to teach you how to become a supervisor. And if you have ever run a blender in the past, Spinnaker can teach you how to become run one of their cement trucks and become a cement equipment operators. They've got a training program for that. Must have a Class A CDL, willing to work long hours. You'll receive excellent salary and one of the best benefit programs in the industry. Housing's available if you need it. Spinnaker's an equal opportunity employer, drug-free employer. All you have to do is text Oilfield to 63566 or go to greatoilfieldjobs.com.
West Texas Intermediate, $69.23, $74.92 for Brent crude, and the price of natural gas, $2.22. B?
All right, we're going to talk about little Claire Jean-Pierre. Do you think fentanyl is America's problem?
Big time.
I'll tell you what she had to say. All right, Tatum petition to add a fifth council member means a special election.
Right.
Now, they don't have that money budgeted, but I guess they're going to have to come up with it. It'll cost about $8,000 to hold a special election. That's how much it will cost, $8,000. So they're trying to decide to add a fifth council member. And this story, of course, thanks to our buddies at the Hobbs News Sun. And a resident led a petition drive. It required signatures. Petition required 5% of registered Tatum voters to sign that petition. And they've got enough signatures. Petition gathered approximately 13% of the 443 registered voters in Tatum. Rusty Ramirez is the guy that, that guy was a machine. He went out and got 61 signatures.
Wow.
But with 5 council members, it kind of takes the voting of the mayor off the table.
Yep.
And I think that is the purpose. That is the sole purpose of doing this. And so they're going to have a special election and figure out. Of course, we do have a general election coming up in November, but I don't know if that will be fall into the timetable to get that done. I think the election will have to be held before August, the end of August. So, and the cost $8,000 for the taxpayers in Tatum. But that fifth council member, right now there are 4 council members, with the mayor getting the tiebreaker. With 5 council members, the mayor will not have a vote. And I think that is the point of the five council members. I could be wrong. 641, Gwyneth Paltrow, first witness, stumbles over her memory of the incident. Mm-hmm. Not good. I think the amount of money that they want isn't it like $300,000?
Even $1 million or even $500,000.
I mean, I got to be wrong on that, because the guy was left with permanent brain injury, 4 broken ribs, loss of enjoyment of life, suffering, emotional distress. I don't know. That seems like $1 million case, multi-million.
That's right.
That to me is like $25 million case. So I don't know where I got $330,000. That doesn't seem like enough.
Bad lawyer.
Or maybe I'm just wrong.
No, you're
that
right.
Could be.
You're right.
Is that it? $330,000?
It sure is.
Wow. For a permanent brain injury?
Mm-hmm. And she didn't even stick around, B, to help the guy.
She left.
Yeah.
Hit and run. 643. Morning show this morning being brought to you by our buddies If you're driving this morning and you're on 128, exit on Buck Jackson Road, fill up today at the Twin Wells Fuel Station. Unleaded diesel, DEF value, red diesel, green diesel. They've got all of that. Large covered facility. Twin Wells Fuel Station. They accept credit cards, debit cards, fleet cards, and more. Next time you're running on 128, exit on Buck Jackson Road and fill up today. 643. Tom is in charge of the text line. The question of the day, give us some tips on how you goof off at work.
Shorty from Lovington says, good morning, gentlemen. It's hump day. He says, by the way, buddy, says 5% in Tatum is only about 25 signatures, he says. And B is asking you, did you watch TMZ's 9/11 fifth plane investigation? Your thoughts on that?
I did not.
Okay. And I thought that was just 3 planes, but apparently they said there's 5.
I'm gonna be very honest. My TV watching, I watch about a half hour of maybe YouTube or something else at lunch. And then I come into the office, and for 3 hours I watch some of Fox News. Well, while I'm working, Fox and Friends isn't on. And so I watch other stuff, and that's it. I don't watch a whole bunch of TV. I basically read more than anything. My TV watching time is pretty much nil.
I know how you feel.
Yeah, but here's the deal. I have internet and a Fire Stick.
Yeah.
I have Apple TV.
Yeah.
I've got Netflix.
Yeah.
I've got Amazon Prime. I've got Chemo TV. I got more choices. It's not that I'm such a cheap ass. It's more that I'm busy. I built the wife a beautiful
What's he building?
shoe cabinet. And so I've been working on that for the last week. And I've been putting up solar panels all over the place. So I work harder here than I do back in the States.
Now, she needs another shoe cabinet?
Oh, she'll probably need 3 more. The rate we're going. All right,
she's trying to give Imelda Marcus a run for her money.
A run for her money, right.
You know what I've been doing?
What?
Without telling her, I've been giving her shoes away to people. If I see somebody, what size you wear? Size 6? Okay. Hey, give me a second. I'll be back.
It's funny.
I mean, if they're in a box and she hasn't even looked at them in 2 years, give them away. All right, 646. We are B and the Breakfast Club. Last night, World Baseball Classic. Final game. Rush, you want to do a recap? I'll let you do the recap.
Well, that's dangerous. I may mess up a pitch count or something. But
what happened, buddy?
We had a chance in the ninth.
We, the U.S.?
Yes. Mm-hmm. But Ohtani, which when I say we, he plays for the same team that Trout does, and he struck Trout out at the end. And it was a great game. It went back and forth. I didn't join the game till the 6th, but I recorded the whole thing. I kept slipping back and forth in. But I thought when we hit the bomb to draw within 1 run before the 9th, we had a shot. But Ohtani said no. That's a great team.
Yeah, Japanese take their baseball really, really serious. Tom, do you have any idea what Ohtani said after the game?
Hush.
I believe he did. I think that was a direct quote.
That's right.
Yeah. Arkansas enacts the bill banning transgender students from using bathrooms of their choice in public school. So yesterday, they enacted a bill that would prohibit transgender people at public schools from using restrooms that go against who physically they are. So if you are a boy and you're a transgender, you cannot go to female bathrooms. So let me break it down to you. If you have a dangling thing, you will not go to the bathrooms with little girls. And if you think that you're a boy and you still have parts that aren't dangling, then you will go to the girls' bathroom. By the way, you can always go and check your birth certificate. You can check that. If you need help, you can check that, and that always reference back to the birth certificate. Ron DeSantis jabbed Trump's leadership style and character, saying there is no daily drama in his governor's office. None. Now, he did yesterday in that quote talk about the Soros DA and what's going on. But as far as drama, he says, I steer clear of the drama. GOP panel chair demands action to fix the dire border situation. So the GOP is begging the Biden administration to fix the border situation. Tom, yesterday I talked about the people that are on the terrorist watch list that got across the border. How many did I say?
You said
70. No, 70.
Yeah.
70 got across the border. Now, these are the bad hombres. These are people, all nationalities. Some of them want to do harm on America. That's why they're on that list. Crazy. All right, we'll talk about the special counsel claims Trump's deliberately misled his attorneys. We'll get to that. And what happened? Wasn't yesterday the day it was all supposed to come down?
It was, B, but I think there was just a lot of maneuvering that was happening in court yesterday. They will, again, convene today at 2 p.m. to hear testimony.
I can't wait. I really want it to get done. Let's get her done. This is going to be the largest miscarriage of justice that we've had. And do you know, they are now issuing more than 1,000 additional subpoenas for people that were just at the rally for January 6th. They weren't even inside the Capitol building. Over 1,000. They have sent out warnings to the jail in Washington, D.C., saying make room because more January 6ers are coming down the pike. In the meantime, how many times have we had riots where people actually burn stuff? Just at the rally, and you're going to arrest these people? This is all starting to sound like we live in a different country than we used to.
Yeah.
All right, text line, then we're going to talk about Carrie Jean-Pierre.
All right. So
I got to get to taking out trash at some point, too.
All right, Tommy and Carlsbad, wouldn't a consensual relationship between Donald Trump and a hooker be less likely a criminal offense than the guy being non-consensually groped by the governor? Gruesome, says Tommy and Carlsbad this morning. And on the Gwyneth case, the judge ruled that he couldn't get punitive damage. So that's why he only got $350,000 in that.
Okay.
Case. So it kind of clears that up a little bit. And they aren't going to do.
Why couldn't he get punitive damage? She left him with brain damage.
Yeah, it's a complicated case. But
I mean, his wife is living with a Tom A now.
His wife is living with a Tom A now. Okay.
Well, you got what I said, right? Rush, you got it.
Tom A has brain damage.
I was kind of thinking about that for a minute.
I love you, bro. I love you, bud. Ooh.
And you know what? They're not going to do anything to Miss Piggy in Santa Fe, says the texter.
No. I don't believe anything's gonna. She's a Biden minion. I don't think anything's gonna happen to her. Nothing.
So you were talking about DeSantis kind of firing back. Did you see where he told Piers Morgan that he can beat Biden in a presidential race and that he would have fired Fauci? He's actually come out and said,
right.
You talked about him saying that there's not drama in the governor's office in Florida, but he's also made some other comments, and it looks like maybe he might be thinking about possibly making a run.
Yeah, the latest polling numbers, I've got those somewhere. Latest polling numbers have Trump up by 14 points.
At least, yeah, I saw that.
And, I'm...
But also think about the favorability.
I'm trying not to cuss. I am trying not to cuss.
Well, I saw what you were talking about.
You add so much when you say that.
I am trying not to cuss. I swear I'm trying.
I'm going to interrupt you because I saw that.
Take it out trash this morning, being brought to you by our buddies at Trash Eaters. 575-390-4549. Get in touch with them for residential pickup. And reminding you, Lovington Shelter is seeking volunteers for repairs, cleaning the kennels, walking the animals. Hey, appreciate any donations you can give. Get in touch with them directly at 575-552-3669 for more information. And don't forget to give to Lovington Shelter so they can spay and neuter the animals and ship them off to a no-kill facility. Judge releases a man accused of exposing himself to high school girls in Albuquerque. The judge released the man on Tuesday as he faces a trial for allegedly exposing himself to underage girls. 27-year-old David Garcia. That's the guy's name. But the judge's name is Britt Baca Miller. A guy with a hyphen. Judge Britt. Britt would be a guy, right?
Supposedly.
Am I assuming too much?
Hey, Britt.
Britt Baca / Miller released 27-year-old David Garcia for allegedly exposing himself, when the girls were walking home from Monsanto High School. Officers used witnesses to pinpoint who Garcia was. Prosecutors accused Garcia of predatory behavior. They were pushing to keep him behind bars where he can show his junk to other inmates. Yeah, Garcia.
It's not Brett. It's Britt, like short for Brittany.
Yeah.
So it's a girl.
Oh.
Is it a girl?
It is. It's a female judge.
It just
because we used to have a sheriff in Chaves County.
That's right.
That his name was Britt.
Britt Snyder.
Yeah. Garcia defended the pushback, saying he has no prior criminal history and they'll put him on a GPS monitor. Yeah. So he's going home. I'm taking out the trash. Right there in the trash.
You can choose who you want to be the trash. Is it the guy who exposed himself or the judge who released him?
Yeah. All right, 6:55. We'll go to Carrie Jean-Pierre coming up in just a second. Special counsel claiming that Trump deliberately misled his attorneys about the classified documents. The judge said that could be indication of a criminal violation per sources. You guys are killing me that you're trying to discover stuff. And in the meantime, you've got murderers walking free in New York. You guys aren't prosecuting anybody. Do you remember the guy that during Christmas, the Fox News Christmas tree? You remember that story? And that guy, did he beat that woman with a hammer? And he walked in one door and walked out the next door. Trump derangement syndrome clearly going on. A woman booked in Smith County, Texas jail for abuse of a corpse.
What?
Authorities say that Smith County Sheriff's Office called to a location near Tyler, Texas, about a newborn that was discarded. When they arrived, deputies were directed to the backyard where they reportedly saw a overturned mop bucket covered with blood and all kind of other stuff, covered by a towel, and under the towel was a lifeless newborn. At the time, deputies secured the area, called for assistance. The mother, Jazzy Cooper Holmes, allegedly admitted to having the infant on March 12th. This is March 15th. You do the math. She wrapped him in a towel and threw him outside. Why isn't she charged with something else? I mean, that just doesn't seem like it's tough enough. Abuse of a corpse? Was that baby a corpse when it was thrown outside? By the way, autopsy is pending. They will figure out that, and more charges could be pending. Encounters are up 156% in West Texas sector. Joe Biden says that the border is secure. Yeah, illegal crossings have spiked by Mexican nationals. El Paso sector continues to lead the country in migrant apprehensions as Mexican nationals looking for work cross the border. Biden administration is doing zero to fix this problem. Zero. In February, 32,233 foreign nationals were detained by the Border Patrol. Over 10,000 in the Del Rio sector. Data shows that 50% of apprehensions in El Paso were Mexicans. 75% consisted of single adult men. Fighting age men. You do the math on that. So, numbers up 156%. But the border is secure. All right, text line. We'll get to Carrie Jean-Pierre. Fentanyl that's not our problem. We'll get to that next.
You know, the text says, I think even Tom can do better than that walking turnip Biden, says the texter. And Mark from Roswell apparently forgot his birthday on Monday, but he says, good morning, guys. Just wishing me a happy birthday yesterday. Well, happy birthday a day later.
Today is Wednesday, Tom.
Wednesday, yeah. Well, Tuesday then. Well, I forgot his birthday too. Dang. And good morning, guys. It's a participation medal for going along with all the BS about those medals that Biden was handing out the other day. B?
You're killing me this morning. Can somebody help me here?
Well, I'll get you another one. Kevin B., you cry so much.
I go to get a drink in between talking, and I get one down. I get the cup to my mouth.
I get three of them. Here's fourth one right here. And Kevin B., you cry so much for Trump. Looks like you want to marry him, says the text.
I don't want to marry anybody. I'm married.
He's working on number 4 already.
And I'm not crying for anybody. I want a fair playing field. I'm not even saying Trump's my candidate if the election was held today. I'm not even saying that. Nobody's crying. We want fairness for all. If it's fair for Trump, it ought to be fair for Grisham. What's so hard about that?
And Kathy from the Patch is saying
called a Grisham or Grinsham or whatever the hell.
Yeah.
Maryland man arrested for attempting to kidnap a middle schooler at a bus stop. I don't know if you saw this story. This happened on Monday. Attempting to kidnap her from Redland Middle School and near Gatlinburg, Tennessee, or Gatlinburg, Maryland, and about 7:20 in the morning. Thank God people came to her rescue. People waiting for other students waiting for the bus. We're like, oh no, you're not taking her. Thank God for them. And if you're a car guy, Dodge Challenger, they're ending all the muscle cars.
Yes.
We can't have that. You pollute too much. Yeah. So this could be the last of the muscle cars. The iconic motor, the big bang, the whole deal. The Dodge Challenger SRT Demon 170 is the last V8 powered car the brand will introduce. From this point on, no more V8s. This thing is a 6.2 liter supercharged V8 engine rated at 900 horsepower.
Wow.
It runs on 91 octane gas, and this thing is fast, extremely fast. Rust, how much is 900 horsepower?
Well, they've revamped that from Dodge Corp. They've actually re-rated it, and the SRT Demon 170 featuring the first ever 1,000 horsepower, 1,000 plus horsepower production Hemi engine. Its a quarter mile time is an 8.91 out of the box. It's an 8. Now I would take it
that's
not
before modifications.
I would take it that's probably not with street tires on it if they manage to hold it down the line. But
yeah,
it in a quarter mile did 151. 151 in a quarter. That's a stock car. That's out of the factory. Holy mother.
Crazy.
Did you like yours when you had it?
Oh, no, that was faster than mine. I wasn't
Tom,
anywhere.
this is a brand new car.
Yeah, I drove mine.
They're
Well, that's
introducing it.
That's also about $250,000. Mine was a $20,000 car, and I still run a 10-second quarter. So
that's fast, buddy.
Pretty fast.
How many bills introduced? How many bills passed? And how does that hang with over the years? In 2011, they introduced 1,300 bills and they passed about 200. This year, they introduced about 1,200 bills and they passed about 200. Yeah. By the way, last year was pretty light. They only introduced about 750 bills and passed about maybe 150. But this year was typically they passed 200 bills, and that's pretty much 2019. They passed a buttload of bills for whatever reason. Mike Tyson coming out. Mike Tyson talking about Donald Trump. Now, Donald Trump and Mike Tyson go way back. Yeah, they go way, way back. I mean, yeah, you remember Robin Givens. Robin Givens. Yeah, I was married to Robin Givens. Robin Givens' mama drugged me. Yeah, and Donald Trump came to the rescue. But Mike and Donald they go way, way back. And Mike Tyson defends Trump and says, I don't think he should go to jail. And he won't go to jail. He will not go to jail. Donald Trump actually mentored Mike Tyson.
In some things, yes.
Of course, Tom. In some things, not in all things. Yeah. Tom, you did your taxes yet?
No. It ain't April.
Well,
yet.
Have you done yours?
Oh yeah, no. Business taxes were due on the 15th, and personal taxes I had to wait on that for business to get done with the personal. But yeah, they're pretty much done. I've got to finalize them, but they're done.
Yeah, I got to get mine done. But more than a quarter of Americans have already spent their tax money.
Dang.
A quarter. You mean a quarter got money back? Nearly half of Americans get a headache. That's the only thing. A headache, because, yeah, half of Americans pay.
Well, I'm not that lucky to be able to get money back.
Yeah, money back? No, I'm not getting any money back. That's for sure.
See, I'm on the opposite end of that. I've gotten a tax return almost every year of my life, except a little bit of time when I was in business.
Uh-huh.
But I have a different complaint. I wish I made enough money to have to pay in taxes. But anyway.
No, you don't.
No, I don't.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Carrie Jean-Pierre yesterday during the press conference says fentanyl is not a U.S. problem. Here's what she said.
As it relates to the fentanyl, this is not a U.S. problem. It's a global one.
It is a U.S. problem. It is a U.S. problem. Look, methamphetamine is a global problem. Fentanyl is a U.S. problem. Fentanyl is all over the world. I mean, methamphetamine is all over the world. Fentanyl is not all over the world. It is a U.S. problem. And it all starts at the southern damn border. And China. Get a handle on it. She also talked about the banks are so strong right now because of initiatives that were made under Biden and Obama. Wait, how many banks are they say on the brink of failing? 200?
Yep.
Yesterday they came out and said 200 banks could fail. Another 200 banks. But here's what she had to say.
Is stabilizing, that the banking system is resilient, and a lot of that is because of the work that this president has done. I know you've mentioned the current things that he's doing, but let's not forget what occurred in the Obama-Biden administration and how they were able to strengthen that.
Oh yeah, it's so strong that now we have all these banks that are failing. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that so much. And John Kirby. He is the lead spokesperson for the president. Yesterday, I talked about what is our foreign policy, because we're not leading. China is now the leader. They're the ones that are going out and trying to broker a peace agreement between Ukraine and Russia. China? Now I understand what the problem is. But before they come up with a foreign policy, it has to meet LGBTQ. Yeah, you heard me right. That's what John Kirby said. Listen to it.
President Biden has been nothing but consistent about his foundational belief in human rights, and LGBTQ plus rights are human rights. And we, again, back to the earlier question, we're never going to shy away, be bashful about speaking up for those rights and for individuals to live as they deem fit, as they want to live. And that's something that's a core part of our foreign policy, and it will remain so.
Wait, LGBTQ policies and foreign policies are two different things, right?
They should be.
I would think that they're two different, completely different things. I mean, you try telling the Saudis that
good luck.
LGBTQ is, they'll throw people off of buildings. I mean, anybody that thinks they have it hard in America, go to Saudi Arabia and try that on.
Look, I agree that they have a right to live. They have a right to live,
of course,
whatever way they want to. However, they don't have a right to make me buy into their delusions.
Well, Matt Walsh, the clip I played Monday from Matt Walsh says it all. If you can choose your pronouns, I should be able to choose mine. From this point on, just call me good looking and young. Just call me good looking and young. All right, Tom, wrap up text. We're going to take a break. We're going to qualify people for the trip to the Bahamas. We'll get you updated with the weather. Another windy day today. Text line 877-396-W105.
Text, everyone is so worried about charging Trump with things, but what about the documents that Biden had? Why doesn't he get charged with something and the stuff they're doing with China? So where are his charges? The text is asking. And you guys should change the name of the show to Trump Forever, says the text.
Well, we might. Thank you for that word of advice. Trump is in the news right now. If you go to any news source, he's in the news right now. Sorry.
Honestly,
if we talk
Oscar,
about... Yeah.
I just got to say, Oscar, since you're so worried about us calling it Trump Forever, maybe you should, I don't know, talk to your buddies at the mainstream media who will not let these stories die. Because I'm sorry, Stormy Daniels should not be a story that we're talking about at this time. It's ridiculous. It's a witch hunt, and it's only so that the Democrats can continue to trash the man. It has nothing else to do with anything else.
But he's in the news cycle right now. Of course.
Well, let's see if maybe we should be talking about this. I just quickly went to CNN. What's the top story at the top? Donald Trump, MSNBC. What's the story at the top of the page? Donald Trump, MSNBC, ABC, NBC. Hold on, let me check Fox. Yep. Donald Trump at the top of the page. It's a little
in the
story.
News cycle.
Small story.
It's in the news cycle.
I don't think they're going to do anything with this grand jury until next week. They're going to string this thing out for a while. You watch. They're going to try to throw something against the wall. They don't have anything. but they're going to keep him in the news.
And then Chip posted the post that he had seen this morning. He said there was over 500 banks lined up to close.
Yeah, I saw that. Yep.
I saw 250, 200 plus, but I mean, that number could be higher.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I encourage all local banks to advertise on W105, telling us how strong you are. This is a perfect opportunity to come up with an ad campaign and let people know you can rest assured that we're strong. Right, Will? I think it's a perfect opportunity.
So strong.
Yeah. I think
we have
it's
a phone
perfect
call.
opportunity.
All right. Good morning. You're
All right,
on
let's
Being
go to the
Breakfast.
call.
Yeah. You're on the Being Breakfast Club. Hello.
Hey, Tom. Hey, maybe we could start out helping America right here in our own little corner in Lee County, New Mexico.
Yeah.
This Donald Trump stuff that's posted all over the news and internet and all this stuff. Why don't we start out here saying Jimmy crack corn and I don't care? We care about running out of water in our county. We care about our kids being educated. We care about our roads being fixed. We care about our elderly getting their raises with their Social Security. Well, that's what we care about. You know, take all this other garbage, malarkey that doesn't amount to a hill of beans, and let's talk about things that really matter. Let's talk about our budget. That's what we care about. We don't give a rat's behind about Donald Trump and who he slept with before he was president or whatever. Dirty laundry, whatever you want to call it.
But think about this. Think about this. If they can do it to Donald Trump, they can, and this is another way of fixing the election by discrediting a candidate. And so never in American history we've done things like this.
See, this is a point that stands out to me. What Donald Trump didn't do, that's not the story here. The story here is the fact that we have the current administration and one political side obviously in cahoots with the media, all pushing this narrative pushed by a adversarially funded George Soros funded DA to press these charges that are 7 years old and way out of statute of limitations. This is third world crap that you would hear about in political arguments in Afghanistan. And now under this administration and the Democrats, this is what we're seeing here. That's the story, isn't it, Kevin?
That is the story, that they are going to try to fix another election. That to me is the story. And look, when we can talk about, water problems in New Mexico, like we don't talk about roads in New Mexico, education in New Mexico. But I think we talk about hot button issues, and the hot button issue right now is the Donald Trump story. It is. All right, 7:16, and I have talked about 55 other stories in an hour and 15 seconds, hour and 15 minutes.
In response from the text line to support what you're saying, Kevin, this is from Travis. I hate to tell this jerk because he just called in, but I do care about this country. I do care about Donald Trump, who gave us so much to try to save this country. And if he doesn't like hearing about the latest, well, then he can go fall in a hole because I don't care.
And here, it's not about Donald Trump, though. It's bigger than Donald Trump.
Way bigger.
I mean, it's bigger. It's about, the Democrats always talk about democracy. It's about democracy. It's about our right to choose, not their right to choose. It's so much bigger than Donald Trump. Take Donald Trump's name out of it, if you'd like. All right, 7:17. We're going to take a break. We got to keep everybody updated with everything going on. We'll check the weather coming up in just a second. Morning show this morning being brought to you by WWRB, times3.com, 988-0392, WWRB, times3.com. How would you like to stream movies at night? Play your games. Yeah, you can at WWRV. They've got high-speed internet at every one of their hookups. They've got 162 RV sites, 30 and 50 amps, all utilities included, pet-friendly, very well lit up, nice place to lay your head, very quiet. They've got 3 RV parks, 162 RV hookups, every one of them with wired internet. 988-0392. Give them a call. WWRV times3.com in Carlsbad. Check them out today. Sunny at a high 81. Winds are going to be gusting up to 35 miles an hour. 25-mile-an-hour winds tonight. Down to about 47. 78 tomorrow. 35-mile-an-hour winds. And then on Friday, winds could get up to 45-mile-an-hours. But here's the key. They say Saturday. Saturday, the wind is pretty much gone, and 68. And even Sunday looking pretty good, and Monday. 5-day forecast, go to W105radio.com. We're going to take a break. 7:19, 19 minutes after the hour 7. Our national anthem and our pledge coming up next. KWMW, Malchmore, 105.1 FM. National anthem and pledge being brought to you by Rebecca Long. 19 years of age. She started her business with farmers. 40-plus years later, still going strong, still helping folks. Stop in and check her out at 226 West Vega and Hobbs. If you're in Chaves County or Eddy County or, in Eunice or Jow or anywhere in between, Tatum, she'd love to talk to you about your insurance needs. A lot of things can be done digitally nowadays. 575-393-2661. Call her today. Rebecca Long, she's your former insurance agent, proud sponsor of the Anthem and the Pledge on W105.
Hi, my name is Cooper, and I'm from College Lane Elementary, and I'm going to be saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The tiny but mighty 7-year-old singer from Los Angeles, Malaya Emma Chandragwijaya.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rescued, the bombs bursting in air, proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
God bless America. God bless you. It's 7:22. Large prayer this morning being brought to you by Jude Oil, reminding you God is in control.
From Matthew 28. Therefore, and go make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit.
This is Mike Welsh with Judah Oil. Can you join us in the Lord's Prayer? Our Father, who art in heaven,
Our Father, who art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come,
Thy kingdom come,
thy will be done,
thy will be done,
on earth as it is in heaven.
on earth as it is on heaven.
Give us this day
Give
daily
us
bread,
this day our daily bread,
and forgive us
and forgive us,
our trespasses, and we forgive those who trespass against us.
and forgive us as we forgive those who trespass against us.
And lead us not into temptation,
And lead us not to temptation,
but deliver us from evil.
but deliver us from evil.
Amen.
Amen.
723 We Are Be on the Breakfast Club morning show this morning, being brought to you by All American Cleaners, family owned and operated. They treat you like family. 17 pounds of your clothes washed, dry, and folded, $16.99. You can find them. They're near you. Dry clean your clothes, starch them up, wash, dry, and fold them, and more. It's you can find them in Roswell, Artesia, Carlsbad, Lovington, Hobbs, Eunice, and now in Jow. Some of the stories we're working on for the next break. They're looking into who broke into the massive warehouse at Amazon. Utah gets a brand new flag. I looked at the flag and was like, say what? Very strong earthquake in Ecuador and Peru. How many dead? I'll get you updated with that. U.S. announces sanctions on Iran, and a man sentenced to 30 years after a police officer shot. We'll talk about those stories and more coming up next. 724. News this morning being brought to you by the Ragsdale Law Firm, Luke Ragsdale. Find him in Roswell, or you can find him at the ragsdalelawfirm.com. The guy settling the big cases, and the Patch $10 million case, settled that one. $9 million medical malpractice case. Slip and falls, car accidents, anything personal injury, Luke Ragsdale is the leader. Give him a call, 575-208-5300. Criminal cases, he can defend you. Find out more information, ragsdalelawfirm.com. Jim, I'm going to look at news coming up next, 725 first. Let's qualify folks for the trip we're giving away to the Bahamas. We're W105.
Fish, you want to do it all the time. We're just fishing. Old-time fishing. On the beach. I've got
News brought to you by M&W Water Well Drilling and Pump Services in Lovington, owned, operated, and serving the community for over 30 years. Call 575-390-4446.
Make M&W Water Well Drilling and Pump of Lovington your domestic well specialist. Owner-operated with 30-plus years of experience, specializing in complete water systems for new home construction, domestic well drilling, as well as replacement wells and servicing all makes and models of water systems, including variable speed drive and constant water pressure systems. Call M&W Water Well Drilling and Pump today at 575-390-4446. That's M&W Water Well Drilling and Pump. Hometown quality you can depend on.
MTD Radio News, I'm Joe Miller. Federal government shelling out more than $11 million towards several wildfire prevention projects across New Mexico. The funding will mainly benefit work happening around homes and properties in northern New Mexico, but some funding will address projects in San Miguel, Sandoval, and Santa Fe counties, and all 5 different projects awarded funding in New Mexico. It comes from the Department of Agriculture and the U.S. Forest Service's Community Wildfire Defense Grant Program. A boost in funding for that program came as part of the 2022 infrastructure bill. The lion's share of New Mexico's grant funding is going towards a project by the Cimarron Watershed Alliance and Colfax Collaborative Wildland Urban Interface. Special election going to be held in Tatum to decide a 5th council member should be added after a resident-led petition received more than the required amount of signatures. The petition required 5% of registered Tatum voters to sign the petition in order for it to be validated and adopted. The petition gathered about 13% of the 443 registered voters in Tatum. Resident Rusty Ramirez led the charge in gaining the 61 signatures for that position. Currently, there are 4 council members, and the mayor exercises a tie-breaking vote when needed. The Hobbs Animal Adoption Center dealing with staffing shortages, and as a result has had to cut their operating hours and cease vaccinations and surgeries. Hobbs Police Information Officer Rianne Alarcon says the city of Hobbs working on restricting positions within the facility. Alarcon says she wasn't sure what the pay pay difference would be, according to the last job posting for the animal control position on the City of Hobbs website. The pay range varied from $19 to $20 an hour. And that's what's happening. I'm Joe Miller, MTD Radio News.
This Eunice Cardinals update being brought to you by Guns Up Services, 2403 Avenue O, proudly supporting the Eunice Cardinals.
Guns Up Services, LLC of Eunice, supporting the community for over 13 years, wants to wish the Eunice Cardinals another winning year and are also encouraging everyone to show up in support of all Eunice sport. With oil field services that range from vacuum trucks, winch trucks, dump trucks, and backhoes, they have frac tanks, caliche, downhole chemicals, saltwater disposal, and freshwater sales. Guns Up Services, LLC, helping keep our oil field trucking. 2403 Avenue O, Eunice. Or call at 575-399-2457. That's 575-399-2457. Go Cardinals.
After losing their first baseball game of the season on March the 10th, the Eunice Cardinals have not lost since. Last weekend, they hosted the Cardinal Classic Baseball Tournament and won it to improve to 4-1 on the season. In the first round, they beat rival Jow 11-1 and then beat Kermit in round 2 9-5 and then won the tournament on Saturday 8-4. Aiden Pender, Chance Tucker, Fernando Cerna, and Jonathan Caballero made the all-tournament team for their performances, and Caballero was also the MVP of the Cardinal Classic. The Cardinals are scheduled to play on Thursday when they travel to Texaco to play in the first round of their tournament, and they will take on host Texaco in the first round, first pitch at 10:30 a.m. The Cardinals will then play round 2 on Friday and finish out on Saturday. Coach Drew Reynolds hopes his pitching will continue to improve. The pitching staff is currently giving up 4 runs per game, while its offense is scoring just over 8 runs a game.
This Eunice Cardinals update has been brought to you by Guns Up Services, 2403 Avenue O in Eunice, proudly serving the community for over 13 years. Go Cardinals!
This country can sure be windy in the springtime, and we all know the best thing about wind is when it stops. Well, your friends at Roswell Ford can't do anything about the wind, but we can sure help you find the right car or truck. Roswell Ford has the biggest selection of nice pre-owned vehicles in southeastern New Mexico, each one carefully inspected and backed with a 3-day money-back guarantee. We also have brand new Fords arriving almost every day, so you'll want to check with us frequently to be sure you don't miss something. And when your vehicle needs service, remember that Roswell Ford offers free pickup and delivery so you don't have to get out in the wind. Or the Roswell Ford mobile service van can come to you and take care of most routine maintenance at your house or where you work. So whether you're shopping for a new vehicle or taking care of the one you have, you can't do better than Roswell Ford, the Tailgate Nation, at the corner of 9th and Main. Come see us, but remember to hang on to your hat and don't let that car door get away from you.
Pizza Inn of Hobbs, offering all-day buffet, salad bar, and hot bar with a large selection of pizza, even dessert pizzas. Pizza Inn's menu also offers specialty pizzas, subs, hot wings, salad bar, and more. Enjoy their fresh brewed tea, or over 21 can enjoy a variety of their favorite beer. Pizza Inn has a game room for the kids and a meeting room for private business or birthday parties. Join them at Pizza Inn, 1943 North Grimes for dine-in, carry-out, or use the drive-thru. Call Pizza Inn Delivery, 575-397-0505. That's 575-397-0505.
Hey, it's me, the voice inside your head. Remember that crash we were in? We spent a week in the hospital. We should have called a personal injury attorney right away. But it's not too late. We can still get the money we deserve.
Were you involved in a motor vehicle accident, wrongful death, civil rights violation, or even police brutality? Give Adam Oakey Law, the Black Belt Lawyer, a call today. 505-433-4953.
B&M, the Breakfast Club, in the morning, W105.
That the only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet, and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio. Text line at 877-396-W105.
Look, up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's Superman.
And good morning. We are back at 10. I hit it just right. Thank God. All right, 7:32. Another day in paradise. Tom A. in charge of the text. Is he back from qualifying all the folks?
No, they're still calling in. Tom is back and on the text.
Oh, he's getting better at this.
Of course.
Much better. I felt the same way, Tom. I just walked 2 sets of stairs.
Hey, Dewey says, locally in Lee and Eddy and Chavis County, nothing's going to get done locally, he says. And another texter says, this whole thing about Trump is all a distraction. And Jethro's saying, I don't care who you vote for. I'm voting for Pedro, says Jethro.
I think
Pedro?
That would be Pedro.
Pedro?
Yeah.
I could be a little off.
Wow, Tom.
That's the way. My brother's name's Pedro, so I call him Pedro.
I think his name would be Pedro. Maybe.
Yeah, but growing up, I called him Pedro.
Well, most people call him Pedro.
Oh, well, we'll call him Pedro on this one.
I'm sure your brother doesn't like it. I'm sure anybody else who's named Pedro out there doesn't like it either.
You know what he calls me?
Dumbass.
You guys are off. No, he said, hey, boy.
Yeah, because that's not politically incorrect at all.
Yeah.
No, but
So he calls you boy?
Hey, boy. Hey, boy. It's like, hey,
boy.
guy. Hey, guy. That's what it means.
Please help me. Today is National Goof Off Day. If anybody knows anything about goofing off at work, it would be Tom. Great advice about goofing off is the question of the day. Tom, what's your greatest advice about goofing off?
I would say goof off at home.
Well, I mean, since you're doing half the work you used to do, I take the advice.
Yeah, so what would your advice be?
What's that?
What would your advice be?
Hide. Hide. Spend a lot of time in the bathroom. All right. Of course, who goofs off more than Ferris Bueller?
Bueller.
He's sick.
Let's goof off. Let's make an excuse and not go to work. Let's cheat and take the day off. You know you wanna goof off now, babe. You wanna do something else.
You just mind P's and Q's, Buster, and remember who you're dealing with. Bueller. Ferris Bueller.
So if making somebody else do your work is goofing off and making excuses, Tom, I think you goof off pretty much every day. I got it. All right, 736. Text line is open, 877-396-W105. We'll go to the text line in a second. New study revealing that getting too sleepy at night could nearly double your risk of maybe having clogged arteries in the legs. So make sure you get that checked out and make sure the legs are good. Or maybe getting sleepy at night is just a sign of, you're tired. Family pet pig turning heads. Illinois town picked up a unusual hobby. The pig lives inside with them.
What?
Yeah, 150-pound pig. Unbelievable. By the way, the pig skateboards and, of course, thinks the bears suck also. Pigs are very smart. Actually, remember when the potbelly pigs were very popular?
Yes.
I had a friend of mine that he had a potbelly pig. Of course, they're much smaller. But that pig was great until the neighbors had a barbecue. True story. 737. Text line is open. 877-396-W105.
All right, John from Eunice. Guys, that bimbo, Jane Perrier, reminds me of Baghdad Bob. Y'all remember his stupid butt, says the texter. I don't remember Baghdad Bob, but apparently.
Why would you change the words lying to stupid?
What's that, Russ? I mean, what's that, Will?
And why would you change my name to Russ? Y'all remember his lying butt.
Right.
You said his stupid butt.
Oh,
why do you change the man's text?
Well, nasty.
How is
it's a totally different connotation between lying and stupid.
Why is lying nasty?
Why is lying nasty? Well, lying butt. I mean, come on, that's nasty.
So
So stupid butt is not nasty, but lying butt is.
Yes, it is.
I'm looking for duct tape. Because you know what they say, you can't fix stupid with duct tape. I'm willing to try.
Okay. All right. So Tommy in Carlsbad is replying. I know all those Bambi, little crybaby Biden minions need to face the reality that our nation wouldn't be so weak and such a laugh to those other countries if President Trump was still in charge. And for and for those of us who have to work to feed our families, we recognize what the greatest president of all times did for us. I mean, all while fighting back a group of vicious, rabid Democrats that spend billions of our tax dollars trying to keep Trump from helping the average Americans drain the swamp.
I mean, how about this? Just let the damn election play out. A fair election. Let the election play out. That's all we ask for. ABC News reporting yesterday that the special counsel, Jack Smith, has appointed the Justice Department to investigate former President Donald Trump's potential mishandling of classified documents. Doesn't say anything about the documents that were in 4 locations for Joe Biden. All I want is fairness. It's not about Donald Trump. All I want is fairness. All I want in life is fairness. That we talk about everybody have a level playing field, level ground. That's all I want. That's all I want.
Well, Travis, again, nailed it on why it should be important, why we should care about it. His text, people are so stupid. Think, if they can do this to Donald Trump for expressing his political views, what do they think that you think they can do to us? Wake up. If a man with Donald Trump's power can be leveraged as hard as he can by the true establishment, what happens when they go after? Well, what happens is a story you was talking about, 1,000 subpoenas for people going out,
right,
to be questioned for simply being at the event.
And not only that, Russ, they also said people that have talked about the insurrection and done this and that, they could be coming after me.
Well,
they could be coming after you.
I want to reiterate
who we are as a country.
It's exactly. It's third world stuff. And it's so many mixed messages, like I said yesterday. If you listen to Biden, John Pierre, if you want to stand up for your rights against the government, if you want to fight the government, you'd have to have F-15s and remember that statement? I'm not quoting directly. I don't want to get in trouble for not getting the words just right. But remember that statement from Joe Biden reiterated but yet, apparently a bunch of unarmed people on January the 6th almost overthrew our government. Well, which is it? Do I have to have an F-15 or could I have a sign and a flag? What's...
Looks like a Michigan judge yesterday approved a $625 million settlement stemming from the Flint, Michigan tainted water crisis. Genesee County Circuit Court Judge David Newblot finalized the largest civil case in American history, in state history, Flint versus the state of Michigan. And many cases, the federal government had paid Flint to fix that water, and they didn't. And I'll say it again. Democrat mayor and every sitting council member, Democrat. How does that happen? Well, figure it out for yourself. Julianne Hough will replace Tyra Banks as the co-host on Dancing with the Stars. What was that?
Yay! Her brother co-starred with her on that show.
We hit a nerve for Tom when you said Dancing with the Stars.
I'm so excited. Thank you. Oh, thank God that she is going to be this.
What?
Before you even got done with what you were saying, he was already screaming because he knew exactly what you were talking about.
Two-time Academy Award-winning actor Tom Hanks has been named the principal speaker at the commencement ceremony at Harvard. By the way, that takes place on May 25th. And Paul Grant, an actor who appeared in Star Wars, Return of the Jedi, Harry Potter, and other movies, died. He was 57 years old. You know who that is, right, Will? He's a little guy.
Hugh Grant?
No, he's still alive.
No, Hugh Grant's still alive and picking up transvestite.
So I'm guessing he played one of the Ewoks.
Yeah. Paul Grant is the guy.
I know who you're talking about. Yes.
Yeah. Looks like, according to a brand new study, 40% of renters in the United States pay more than is recommended. 30% of their net income for housing. 30% net income for housing, and they're only renting. Rent prices going through the roof. And by the way, the roof is probably leaking in some of these houses. Meanwhile, homeownership cost has grown to the highest level in the history of America. Prices are insanely high. They're so high, it's compared to like Snoop Dogg and Willie. That's how high it is. So the cost of getting by in America has gone through the roof.
Yeah, I sold my home. I sold my home a year early because it would be worth about 25, 30 grand more.
Yeah, things are very high.
Can I ask you a question? Do you have a story coming up on the poll on whether red states or blue states use your money better, and we're in Mexico ranked on that? Do you have that story coming up?
No, I think we did that a while back, but you can do it. We'll get to that.
We'll get to
Boob
that
of the day, things that happen on this date in history coming up, 7:45, Tom.
Big John says, come on, Tom, just eat a Snickers. Okay. And another text says, didn't Democrats consider January 6th to be much worse than 9/11?
Oh, it was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see all those police officers that were killed? Didn't you see it? The death and destruction at the Capitol.
No.
You didn't witness that, Will?
Other than for Ashley Babbitt.
Right.
What about the police officer that died in the line of duty?
But he didn't. He died later at home.
Oh, okay.
And not from injuries he acquired from January 6th.
Yeah, even his family has come out and said that.
Well, it's funny because if you watch the news, because every left-wing news story will say Brian Sicknick's family is outraged. Right. They find that one liberal family member because his actual next of kin, his actual family, are ticked off about his name being used to perpetrate. But they find that one liberal family member that they can quote, and that's what they do and they don't go into great detail. They just say Brian Sicknick's family is outraged. No, they're outraged that you keep using his name to perpetrate your false narrative.
And by the way, the QAnon shaman, new info coming out that maybe they hid information. His attorney did not get the tape of him and the Capitol Police walking around together, and they're opening doors for him, like they're giving him the five and dime tour.
Well, that makes a big difference because one of the guys got the charges dismissed by a judge because there's video of a police officer waving him in.
Right.
And so he was originally charged with the January 6th stuff. He got his charges completely waived because they had that wave from the police officer. So what would this guy have gotten?
I think this guy is going to end up getting out of jail, and I think that could be a big lawsuit because they withheld that information. Isn't that criminal? That the Justice Department withheld that information, that video? I would think it is.
Look, there's a lot of things that are criminal about January 6th. And I'm not gonna downplay the people who actually, broke in and did damage. And threatened police officers. But that is a very, very small minority. I would honestly, what is more of a threat to me is how the Democrats orchestrated as much of this as they did and covered as much as they did up. That's more threatening to me than anything that happened on January 6th.
Agreed. Looks like Albuquerque man accused in that Amazon warehouse theft case. You don't think like Amazon has a great security system? I would think,
right?
I mean, investigation offers an inside look at how the company tracks warehouse operations. Albuquerque man faces embezzlement charges, accused of stealing some pricey items from the massive warehouse at Albuquerque. Video surveillance, and the case shows how extensive they track items. Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office video shows deputies arriving at the scene at the warehouse early in February, according to the criminal complaint. Company loss prevention team contacted the Sheriff's Department and asked them to pursue charges against an employee. Deputies' body cam video shows the Amazon employee walking to the Bernalillo Sheriff's deputies, and that's when the investigation began. I guess he was dumping things outside and, removing things from the package. So, say, there's just thing like a Ring doorbell. So you take the Ring doorbell out of the package and then put the box back on the shelf. So we're talking about thousands and thousands of dollars. Amazon, I think, would probably have some pretty good security. If you think you're stealing stuff from Amazon, I'm doubting it. Utah's got a brand new flag. Old state flag is gone. The Governor Spencer Cox, signed the bill and an executive order on Tuesday, formally changing the old flag, which is now being called the historic state flag, to a brand new state flag. It's got a yellow beehive on it, and it's supposedly symbolic to industry. Busy like a bee, that type of stuff. Thank you, Utah. I mean, couldn't you come up with the driest state in the of all states? I mean, I'm just saying, come up with like a slogan, the bee thing. I mean, it's a great idea, but I don't know if it's a state flag.
I think it'd be like a dude with a bunch of different wives.
Yes, that would be, and all the problems that go along with it. All the problems.
I'm sorry, Utah. I know you get a bad rap because of the Mormons. I'm sorry. And no, I'm not being discriminatory against Mormons. I'm just giving them a hard time. There are jokes nowadays still, please.
Yeah, please don't get offended. All right, Boob of the Day coming up in just a second. Train at New Mexico bringing us things that happened on this date in history. Train at New Mexico, get your CDL in 1 week, 96% passing rate. They are a company that trains folks in 1 week, and 96% passing rate in 1 week to get your CDL. Skeptics are, well, how the heck they do that? One-on-one training, and more time behind the wheel, getting to know that big rig. That's the way they do it. Yeah, they show you how to pass your skills tests and your driving tests and your CDL inspection. One-on-one training, best way to learn anything, one-on-one training. That's how they get people passed, and the proof is in the pudding. 96% passing rate in 1 week. Based out of Roswell, tell them you heard it on Being the Breakfast Club, save $100. 575-840-9555, 840-9555. Give them a call today. Native Americans attacked some of the early settlers in Jamestown, Virginia on this date in 1622. 1630, first colony. Legislation prohibited gambling in Boston. By the way, odds were 16-1 that it wouldn't work. Joseph Presley, dubbed the father of soap. Also invented soda pop on this date, 1733. And Patrick Henry made his famous speech in 1775. Tom, what was that famous speech?
Patrick Henry says, there was two of them that actually he said, but one of them is, give me liberty or give me death.
That's my final declaration.
Yes.
Yep. Tom scores one. Wait a second. How could that happen? And George Washington planted 4,000 chestnut trees around his home way back in 1786. 1840, very first photo of the moon was taken. And 1857, very first department store elevator installed in New York City. U.S. Congress outlawed polygamy in 1882. And there went Utah. Damn. Hockey, very first Stanley Cup played on this date in 1894. And also on this date in 1912, German-born scientist Werner von Braun. By the way, it was his assistant Helga that coined the phrase. Is that a rocket or is that your plans? By the way, yeah, they launched a rocket on this date, 1912. And that's pretty much it. Birthdays today. J.J. Watt, having a birthday, 34, retired correctly, Tom?
Yep.
Yeah, he's newly retired at 34. Wow. What a life.
Right.
Constance Wu from Crazy Rich Asians and Fresh Off the Boat is 41 years old. Reese Witherspoon, celebrating her birthday. She is 46 years old.
Oh, I can't believe that.
Funny guy Keegan Michael Key is 52. Bob Costas, 71 years old. Somebody get him a booster seat, please. Andrew Lloyd Webber, all three of him is 75 years old. Best known, Tom, for?
Phantom of the Opera.
Oh, Tom scores 2. Holy, oh my goodness. What the heck is going on here?
Those are hard questions.
Another one. Whew. George Benson turns 80 years old. George Benson plays the jazz guitar. Had a couple songs that actually were on the top 40 charts back in the day. Name 2 of the songs, Tom.
Well, I'm batting 1,000 already. I don't want to mess that one up.
No, please do. Go ahead.
George Benson, I could hum it.
That was not the name of the song. Sorry. On Broadway.
On Broadway.
And the biggest love of all.
There you go.
Biggest love of all. Whitney Houston went on to remake that song. William Shatner, 92, from Star Trek. Tom, what was his character on Star Trek?
Captain Kirk.
Tom, with another one. Goof Off Day going on all day today. And that's pretty much everything on things that happen on this date in history, being brought to you by Train It, New Mexico. Strong earthquake shook Ecuador and northern Peru, killing at least 15 people. 15 people, and they are still search and rescue is still going on in Peru. Text line open, 877-396-W105.
All right, text says, I'm also a Mormon, more man than any woman could handle, says the...
Well, he sent us a picture of he sent us a picture of the Utah flag. And then he said, I'm also a Mormon, and I'm more man than any woman can handle. One woman can handle.
Crazy.
Good job. I know
some really good Mormons.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I will never talk bad about the Mormons. They helped us when we were our car broke down in Salt Lake City. I was going there to get my head examined, and they took us in, fed us, fixed our car, and we went on back to Twin Falls, Idaho.
You went to get your head examined?
Mm-hmm. Well, I still had that fairly new plate in my head.
Yeah.
So
it just keeps getting better. Just keep talking.
Anyway, God, great people. I'm just saying, they're just fantastic people. Didn't have to do it, but they did.
Super nice.
Yep.
Can I get some more Tim texts?
He's gonna keep on going.
Me.
I'm sorry. I'm encouraging him. I'm saying you say keep going.
I'm gonna read this one because I know
like the 15 women, and they all came, and like we didn't even need a jack. They lifted up the automobile. They didn't have to do it, but they were there.
Oh,
so I'm gonna read this one because I know Tom's gonna screw it up. Because have you seen the videos of Fauci and the mayor going to people's houses who are unvaccinated?
I actually have that, and I don't think I have it recorded, but I do have it. Anyway, it was super, super cool because Fauci is trying to talk this black dude into getting the vaccine, and the black dude ain't having none of it. He's like, you incentivized people to get this vaccine. No, I am not getting the vaccine. And Mayor Bowser from D.C. said something, and I was like, God, she's dumb as a box of rocks. She really is dumb. Very dumb. Very, very, very dumb. But this dude was spot on. I know I saved that video. I just don't know where I saved it to. But, yeah, this dude was spot on. Everything that he said. And can you believe that Fauci and Bowser were going face to face? And here's the key. I don't think Fauci had a mask on when he was going out. I got to find that video because now I'm concerned. I don't think he had a mask on. I do not think he had a mask on when they were going door to door. I'm going to find that. I will play it. All right, Tom, hit the text.
All right, this is a traffic report. B. Drew from Carlsbad is reporting two vehicle accidents just happened at the Louise Whitlock Road, better known as the Whip Road, mile marker 12. I'll text Matt right quick. And this report being brought to you by our buddy Luke Ragsdale, RagsdaleLawFirm.com. Check them out today. 8 o'clock, KWMW, Maljamore, 105.1 FM. Continue. All right, what's with the Amazon workers looking like prisoners?
Prisoners?
The text. Yeah, looking like prisoners.
I didn't see anything about anybody looking like prisoners.
That's what the text is saying.
No, I did not see anything like that.
And then texters asking or saying, B, duct tape can only fix stupid words, but not, stupidity, he says.
You're right. I'm wrong on that one. I do apologize.
And one more texter saying, life's not fair. Team Tom A, says the text. B.
Yeah, sure, whatever. For whatever reason, I cannot find it. I actually have people commenting on my Facebook, but I can't find it on the Facebook. So I'm going to go ahead and share it again, and I will play part of it coming up in a second. U.S. announced sanctions on Iran. Drone procedure. Yeah, looks like the U.S. on Tuesday imposing a new round of sanctions against Iran as they are accused of procuring equipment to use, and some of those include drones. So congratulations going out to... I got a story about a American in Australia, I guess living in Australia, that was teaching Chinese pilots how to fly American planes. I'll get to that at some point coming up in the next break. Man sentenced to 30 years after a police officer shot. Lakeith Smith was 15 when police shot and killed his friend when the teens were caught burglarizing a home in Alabama. but it was Smith who will spend decades in prison for his friend's death. On Tuesday, the judge sentenced Smith, now 24 to 30 years in jail, a reduction from more than 50 years in jail. But his family is saying it wasn't him that killed his friend, it was a police officer. How many people in prison do you know that are innocent, Tom? I'm talking about in prison.
All of them.
All of them are innocent. Nobody did anything.
Right.
And a Christian who escaped China and was persecuted for being a Christian in China warns the U.S. that we are descending into the communist-style government. Leading watchdog group that monitors Christian persecution in China said that this guy escaped, and now he's speaking out. He lives in Florida, and saying that we are heading closer and closer to being more and more like China every day. Look at the elections. Look at our elections. You don't have to go far. And a Florida man steals from a home while the family was sleeping. Central Florida man was on probation for burglary and is now behind bars after being caught on camera accused of stealing items from the home while the family slept. The alleged theft happened at 2 a.m. in the morning on Wednesday when the Ring cameras picked the whole dang thing up. This dude made 21 trips in and out of the home, taking things from the home. People work hard, and this joker is stealing their stuff. Unbelievable. He could qualify for the boob, but he's not. All right, our number 877-396-W105. We are B and the Breakfast Club. Text, and then we'll come back and play that cut from Cat Turd. Actually, that's the Twitter handle, Cat Turd.
And B, we've got an animal alert. Blue-heeled dog loose on 529 at mile marker 19. So be careful. Don't hit that dog. And B, you may let people know that today is a deadline for the hunting applications.
You just did.
Yeah, I just did. Thank you very much. And he didn't have one, says the text. I mean, he actually got an attitude that guy basically rolled his eyes and walked away from him.
No, neither one of them. None of the workers had masks on either. I'm watching this. I'm just like, what the hell? So here's the cut. I'll play a little bit. It's about 2 minutes long. I'm not going to play that much into it. But here's the very, very intelligent guy saying, I'm not getting that. No way. So they went into the poorest of poor neighborhoods to incentivize people getting the vaccine. Here's the cut.
It takes years to create vaccination.
Well, it used to take years.
Okay, it used to.
You know how many years were invested in this approach? About 20 years of science to get us to be able to do it.
20 years is not enough. And 9 months is definitely not enough for nobody to be taking no vaccination that you all came up with.
The only reason I'm talking to you right now, as close as we are, is that I've been vaccinated.
Right.
But if it allows thousands of people like you don't get vaccinated, you're going to let this virus continue to percolate in this country.
Percolate. Something like the common flu then, right?
And not like
much more serious than the flu.
Well, the flu kills a lot of people annually, too.
You know how many people died of the flu the last year? I mean, not this year, virtually none, but the previous year, about 20 to 30,000.
Oh, the flu was gone.
Died from COVID-19 in the United States. 600,000 Americans.
Well, the number that you all giving that died, that's once again, that's you all's number.
You gonna pass?
Yeah, definitely. Because when you start talking about paying people to get vaccinated, when you start talking about incentivizing things to get people vaccinated, there's something else going on with that. Something else going on.
It is something going on with that. You're right. But I'm glad millions of people like me and most everybody here didn't get an incentive. You know what their incentive was? Protecting their health and protecting the city. But I won't keep you anymore.
Yeah, whatever. Whatever. This guy ain't having none of it. Do you know the group of people that did not get the vaccine? Will you know the group of people that they weren't having none of it.
Not surprising. They don't trust the government.
No, black men like, yeah, my daddy told me about the Tuskegee. I ain't having none of that vaccine. Forget about it. This dude was spot on. And at one point, they actually told him, but if you get it, if you get the vaccine, the chance of you dying are much, much less. And he said, well, that's not a vaccine. I'm not supposed to get it. So, and it surprises me that they were preaching about the mask and these clowns did not have the mask on. So you only did it when you're like doing a press conference? Wow. I'm blown away. I'm totally blown away. 808. Let's do the boob of the day. If that wasn't the boob of the day, Fauci. And every time I seen him on camera, he also had glasses on. Guess what he didn't have on? No glasses. He's like a charlatan. Dr. Fauci. All right, boob of the day being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics. Stop in and talk to Kelly or any of his staff members about functional medicine. What is functional medicine? Functional medicine makes you feel better. Not via medications, via herbs and natural remedies. Some people like herbs and natural remedies. Well, you know, back in the day, we didn't have big pharma. There are a lot of things that people did to make themselves feel better. And it didn't wreak havoc on their body. Go in there and type, if you're living in pain, I'm going to tell you right now, as you get older, a lot of stuff starts hurting. My knees are so much better after I got the ozone injections. Serious. My back, I've been getting ozone injections now for going on 3 years in my back. I can always tell when they're starting to wear off. Go talk to them about ozone injections, stem cell therapy, cryo chamber. Talk to them about hormonal optimization. Ladies, if you're going through menopause, you are not alone. You're not alone. Talk to Kelly Pfeiffer about hormonal optimization. And guys, if you're suffering with low T can make you depressed and, bring on low libido and all kind of other stuff. Go talk to Kelly about testosterone replacement. First step, getting the blood draw. Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics, 3900 North Lovington Highway. Hobbs America. Follow them on Facebook and their website, thedesertfma.com. Proud sponsor of the boob of the day at 811.
So this jerk decided to go full Will Smith on his wife. And to add insult to injury, he didn't just slap her, he hit her with a slice of pizza.
Dang.
A 39-year-old man in Florida named Otelio Alfonso was arrested last Friday when police responded to a residence after a 911 hang-up. When they arrived, they found a woman with pizza sauce across the left side of her face and all over her shirt. The report says there were also remnants of pizza in her hair and her ear. Otelio admitted to slapping his wife with a slice of pizza during an argument about disciplining their son. Maybe he wanted to spank the son with a breadstick and she wouldn't allow it. I'm not sure. And no specifics on the toppings that were on the pizza either. But he was arrested for misdemeanor battery, and it sounds like his wife is fine. Other than,
maybe,
I'm just
thinking, maybe she put pineapple on the pizza.
Maybe that's what it was.
I mean, that could have been it, because I'm not a big pineapple on pizza guy.
See, I can handle the pineapple, not so much on the anchovies. So, but congratulations. You are the boob of the day.
Boob of the day being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics. All right, we're going to do Donald Trump's numbers in the recent poll. And Biden's approval rating, is it up or is it down? I'll tell you about that coming up this morning. And when it comes to mortgage debt, we're at the anxiety strikes. We're at a ridiculous amount of debt. As we look at some of these banks that have collapsed, We'll talk about that and more coming up this morning. And Amanda Bynes is in big trouble again. We'll touch on that story coming up within minutes. Wrap up the text.
All right, before we go there, go ahead.
Chip has been on forever. I even told him to stand by. And it's like our guest yesterday. He hangs up.
Stop talking.
5 seconds.
Get him on.
He's gone. Go. He's gone. He hung up 10 seconds before we went back to the text.
Oh, well. Hey, Tommy in Carlsbad says, every red-blooded tax-paying American citizen should be mad as heck. We have really been robbed by the Democrats, and if you think
we can't say hell.
No. It's a bad word.
But you could say tallywhacker.
Okay. If we have really been robbed by the Democrats, and if you think that they're not in control of everything to do with our lives every day, you just better look back at some of the Muse footage where one of those Democrats said that they would see to it that Trump would never get another presidency. Now, they have all the power, they have all the money, and they have all the cards. Our only chance was to trump them, says Tommy. And Big D.
I'm just curious. Tommy gets his text. Nothing against Tommy. I'm glad you're reading his text.
Yeah.
And you're doing a decent job. You're not screwing him up too bad. So I'll give you that too. But I'm just curious. Is Tommy slipping you some money under the table? Because you're reading a crap ton of Tommy's
I know he is. He has texted us all morning long. And I tried to.
He probably sent 6 texts.
Yeah.
But you've read every damn one of them.
And I'm trying to, separate them.
Well, the thing that kills me is you're skipping other people's like crazy.
Oh, we're getting up to them. Well, eventually we get to them. Big D says.
Eventually.
Big D says, thanks, guys, this morning. And another texter says, nobody regrets not getting the shot, says the texter.
Big D sent us a picture, which is what he was saying thanks for. He got his New Mexico lottery package.
Oh, well, there you go, Big
D. Cool. All right, check of the weather being brought to you by Maine Trailer Sales. Don't go camping without Maine Trailer Sales. Largest selection of RV inventory in southeast New Mexico. Fifth wheels, toy haulers, ultralights. They've got them all. And if you're working in the patch and living in a hotel, wouldn't it be ideal that if you took that per diem and put it towards getting yourself a fifth wheel and let the per diem pay for the fifth wheel? Wouldn't that be simply ingenious? I think it would be. Go to the website, MaineTrailerSalesInc.com. Check out the inventory. 575-622-7051. If you don't do the internet, you can call and talk to them. Maine Trailer Sales, don't go camping without them. Sunny today, 81, 35-mile-an-hour winds from the southwest. And southwest winds tonight getting up 25-mile-an-hour winds. Winds coming up on Thursday, 35-mile-an-hour winds, and 45-mile-an-hour winds on Friday. They say maybe a break in the winds just in time for Saturday. That's what they're saying. Check of the weather being brought to you by Rig Outfitters in the home store in the Broadmoor Mall. FR jeans, got it. Coveralls, shirts, boots. They got it all. They've got safety gear, everything you need to work. They've got you covered. And they also have furniture, appliances, electronics, all in one location. Talk to them about zero down financing. And right next door to Rig Outfitters is Scrub Outfitters. They've got the largest selection of scrubs in 100 miles, big name brands, Med Coutures, Dickies, Healing Hands, and others. And they've got cute compression socks, comfy shoes, all the equipment to go to work in the medical field. And if they don't have what you're looking for, the right color, make sure and let them know about it, and they'll get it for you. They'll get it for you. Rig Outfitters and Scrub Outfitters in the Broadmoor Mall. 817, stories we're working on next. A Texas judge grants an injunction against Biden's Waters of the United States rule. We'll talk about that. Amanda Bynes hospitalized again. Jeez. Oh, and a former U.S. Marine arrested in Australia for training the Chinese military pilots. What the heck is up with that? And the mortgage debt. We're at the highest rate in American history. We'll discuss those stories and more within minutes. News up next, Tom.
All right, Jethro says there's a video of the Capitol Police, and they are mad and saying how Pelosi set them up, and these riots were staged by the Antifa and the FBI. It's on another officer's body cam. I saw that the other day, and now I can't find it anywhere on the internet. That's Jethro on his text
because they
morning.
purged the internet.
Yeah.
You might try DuckDuckGo, Jeffro.
Yeah,
Sometimes
they will purge the internet. I can't tell you how many times I see a story or a video and I go, wow, I'm going to go back and watch this. I go back and it's gone. Completely washed. It's gone. Yep. What else?
And well, Tommy's and Carlsbad saying, wow, well, I thought you liked me, says Tommy. I mean, that's
well, we're just pointing out the obvious, Tommy.
Tommy, I do, buddy. I do. I'm just giving you a hard time. He's like, that was rude. That was the first time Tom's read my text in a long time. He usually reads like all of the 915 and lives, etc. I've texted him several times before he reads one. I was feeling pretty good until you slapped him. Look, if you'd seen all the ones he skipped to get to you, Tommy, no, I'm not busting. It was good text, and you always text in good stuff. So, but it was just that he's been skipping stuff left and right. I'm just like, why? Wow. There's no rhyme or reason to why he chooses what he reads.
Right. I'm Tommy. How about that?
Right.
Tracy.
I'm Tommy.
How about you read him in
I look
order?
like a homeless guy.
Tracy.
That way, if you read them in order, that way you don't skip anybody.
Oh.
And we get the pertinent ones, like the one. Did you read Drew and Carlsbad's about the accident?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And I just texted.
The photo of you and Will at the remote in Carlsbad.
Okay.
His comment was, Tom does look like a homeless guy.
Not. I had my colors on, shaven. My pants were ironed. What else do you want?
How's that shaving working for you today, there, buddy?
I ain't got to it yet, Will.
Not to it yet.
So
look at this, B. I'm gonna put him up on screen there.
Okay. That's an hour out of your life.
Actually, it was 2. Then I went to Hobbs to get my medicine.
Okay, so that's 30 minutes.
So with all that extra time you got, you'll be there till 15 before 6.
Right.
News, get folks qualified for the trip we're giving away. News this morning being brought to you by Chance Materials, reminding you every project begins with a solid foundation. Chance Materials, they have ready-mix concrete. Yeah, if you got a big project coming up or a small project, they offer unmatched customer service, lowest possible price, the same customer service if it's a big project or small project. Plants in Carlsbad and in Roswell. Find out more information, go to chancematerials.com or pick up the phone. Give them a call, 575-363-3240. Give them a holler today. 8:21, we're coming right back. We're beyond the Breakfast Club. Qualifying folks for the trip we're giving away to the Bahamas. Jim and News up next.
Fish, you want to do it all the time. We're just fishing. Old time fishing. Wanna be there. I've got a bite.
Fox News. I'm Chris. An attorney for former President Trump is ordered to testify about documents found at Trump's home in Florida. A federal judge ruling there is enough evidence of a crime to void attorney-client privilege. A Trump grand jury in New York meets today.
They're looking into hush money payments made on his behalf to adult film star Stormy Daniels during the 2016 campaign. After the grand jury has heard from its final witness, it will deliberate and vote on an indictment, which could come as soon as today. If indicted, the earliest the former president could appear in court is next week.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers. Day 2 of a 3-day public school strike in Los Angeles.
We're just asking for what everybody wants, to have a decent pay in order to survive.
Mary Gary's a special education assistant.
The kids are the ones that, again, are suffering.
LA mom Dana Rosenthal on Fox and Friends. America's listening to Fox News.
You know what makes me sick? You know what makes me sick? I want to play Twister with Elephant. I have come up with another way men and women are different, which honest to God is a lot easier than finding ways that we're the same. But it was dawning on me driving in here today, men and women got different senses of humor. Yeah, we think different stuff is funny. For example, men like the Three Stooges, Benny Hill, funny home videos that feature anybody falling out of a tree, limericks that take place in Nantucket, gross out humor featuring any all kind of body orifices. Men like dirty jokes, people walking, running, or otherwise propelled as stationary objects. Funny fishing, hats, slogans, jokes that start with a priest and a rabbi walk into a bar, Naked Gun movies, Mr. Bean, redneck jokes, funny hunting stories, any joke that ends up with a bear or an amputee using a squirrel for toilet paper. See right there, that's all hilarious stuff. That's prime cut grade A humor. Now, what does your woman find funny? Them creepy-looking Sex and the City skanks talking about sexual innuendo, and the witty banter between Joyce Behar and Whoopi Goldberg on The View. I laugh at it, not with it. I know, finding something that women find funny is like looking for food that Rosie O'Donnell won't eat. It ain't gonna be easy. Oh, here's another one. Apparently, we're gaga over them YouTube videos that show kittens playing with string. They'll laugh so hard that they pee themselves. So remember, gentlemen, next time you and a young lady out for a few laughs, only one have a wake up, America. I'll tell you what, just open her car door and ask her to pull your finger. You'll know right off which one of you it's going to be. Thinks things are funny right now. I'm a pitch American. Pizzo.
Hey, this is Big Ben, and it's time for the March Markdown Slash Your Sales event at Permian Chevy Buick GMC Nissan. You need to get down to the big store in a small town, because everybody wins when we go low. We're stacking them deep and selling them cheap. They don't call us the Permian Truck Guys for nothing. Save big on over 250 pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. Many new half-tons and heavy-duty trucks are available, with over 400 pre-owned vehicles on the lot and 600 more off the main location. We have what you're looking for in Hobbs. Shop local and save big. The only thing bigger in Texas is the pricing. We have it in Hobbs. What if you have a car, truck, van, or SUV that you'd rather not be driving? Sell us your car direct and eliminate all the hassles. Now's the time to take advantage. Don't waste hours of your time just to find out you can't get the car or the need. Save time and money and come see us today. The March Markdown Slash Your Sales event is back at Permian Chevy Buick GMC Nissan, 701 West Navajo Drive in Hobbs.
The Yucca Blossom Spring Fling Festival is set for April 1st and 2nd at the Eddy County Fairgrounds in Artesia, with over 100 vendors, numerous food trucks, jumpers, petting zoo, and face painting for the kids, and a special performance by Roswell High's Charlie's Angels, National Champion Palm Squad. Spring Fling for everyone. Saturday 9 till 5, Sunday 11 till 4. April 1st and 2nd at the Eddy County Fairgrounds in Artesia. Come join your friends. Ad paid by Eddy County Lodger Stacks.
Get a great job in the oil field. Spinnaker Oilfield Cementers is hiring for our training programs. If supervised a frac crew, Spinnaker can teach you to be a cementing supervisor in our SSIT program. If you run a blender, Spinnaker can teach you to run their cementing trucks in our cementing equipment operator training program. Must have a Class A CDL and be willing to work long hours. You'll receive an excellent salary and one of the best benefit programs in the industry. Yes, housing is provided. They're also hiring for mechanics and lab technicians. Spinnaker is an equal opportunity and drug-free employer. Text Oilfield to 63566 or visit greatoilfieldjobs.com.
If you need an aggressive, experienced personal injury attorney who is honest and true, you need to get the Gorilla.
So I'm 23 years old. I worked at a warehouse and I took an injury which caused the amputation of my right leg. I was approached by a specific firm and they turned my case down within 5 minutes. I was told to come visit the Gorilla Law Firm, and immediately they saw potential in my case. And I tell you what, Gorilla Law Firm had my back when no one else did. The Gorilla Law Firm made me a multi-millionaire. And if you're injured, you call the Gorilla Law Firm too.
The Gorilla Law Firm, 3130 North Grimes and Hobbs, or call 575-964-2720.
Every piece of land has a story, written by those who work it. But everyone's story is different. So the question is, how will you tell yours? Behind the wheel of a John Deere compact tractor, mower, or Gator utility vehicle. Run with us. Start telling your story today.
Stop by Pecos Valley Equipment in Artesia and Roswell or visit them online at pecosvalleyequipment.com.
Why do they do that? Because they're stupid, that's why.
In the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet, and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain Gods studio. Text line at 877-396-W105.
I love the morning show.
And good morning, already 8:28. Another day in paradise. Beautiful day if you like the wind. It's going to be windy all week long. Unbelievable. Yeah, wind's getting up to 35 mile an hour today, 30 miles an hour tonight. Could be up to 35 mile an hour tomorrow. And then on Friday, 45 mile an hour winds. Quick check of the weather this morning being brought to you by H&H Fuel Service, New Mexico, Delaware Basin Poly Pipeline Professionals. They have the fast fusion pipeline machines in-house, squeeze tool up to 16 inches. Colin is the contact person. He even gives the cell number, 432-269-6027. Give him a call this morning if you need him. Yeah, they offered the squeeze tools up to 16 inches, those pipeline machines. They offer turnkey pipeline and facility construction. Also, they offer subcontractor services. HNHFS.com for more information. Mysterious streaks of light have been seen in the skies of Sacramento, California, which is incredible because usually the only thing you see in California is smog, but this is totally different. And Melbourne businesswoman has been criticized for wearing a crop top to a friend's wedding, with many people saying the outfit was inappropriate. What is a crop top, Tom?
Crop top would be something a woman crops off her blouse.
Crop off the, well, I mean, you're not 100% right. I mean, it's kind of like a midriff, if I'm, you know, like, yeah. So it is a crop, which is a little different than something you do called crop dusting. It's a little different. And so whatever happened to women saying, you do you, girl. Yeah, you look good. Go ahead and you do you. Yeah. Ben Affleck has confirmed that his next film project will star his wife, Jennifer Lopez. Where the hell could that go wrong? What was the movie they put out together? Jiggly?
No, it was his wife died in that movie. That was Jennifer. Oh God. It's at the tip of my tongue.
I thought it was Jiggly.
No.
I think it was called Gigi, but yeah, it was close.
Oh, Jiggy? Oh, okay. I thought it was Jiggly, which Jennifer is not Jiggly, let me just say. In the interview, Affleck expressed his excitement about working with Jennifer. And, he knows the project is going to be big. Yeah, because her butt is big. So, I mean, the project is going to be big. 8:31, we got the boob of the day, the good news of the day coming up this morning. Extended version this morning. Tom, who's going to be on the extended version?
He is Philip Houston, director of the Carlsbad Lifehouse, and he'll talk about two new centers that they have in Eddy County, and also talk about addiction to help families as well, for those who are going through it. So we'll talk to him at 9:06.
Awesome. 3D printers that make food. Are you kidding me? 3D printers that can print out, it's a picture of food that looks like you could eat it. I got it. Magic Johnson is among a group of investors that want to be the next owners of the Washington Commanders.
Really?
So Magic Johnson has made a buttload of money.
Buttload.
And Magic Johnson has been really good with his money. If I got to look at basketball, Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, great investors of their money. Well, when I add Shaquille in there, with the exception of that cryptocurrency.
Yeah, Shaquille O'Neal.
With the exception of that, he's done really well.
Well, Shaquille O'Neal's trying to be a minority owner for the Carolina, the bees? The bees. Anyway, Michael Jordan's selling that franchise, so he wants to be a minority owner. Now, Magic Johnson is already
the Charlotte Bees.
Yeah, Charlotte Hornets. There you go, Hornets.
Oh, I was about to say the Bees.
And then Magic Johnson's also a minority owner with the LA Dodgers.
Right. 30,000 education workers walked off the job. 3-day strike yesterday, canceling school for 500,000 kids in Los Angeles. Damn, they were just on strike last year. Wow. The union's looking for a $25,000 a year raise. Only $25,000. I mean, come on. And Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen said that during a speech at the American Bankers Association meeting in Washington yesterday, the situation is stabilizing and the U.S. banking system remains sound. Well, that's not what everybody else is saying. They're saying that 500 banks could fail. That doesn't sound fine or sound to me. That's just to me. Texas judge grants an injunction against the Biden Waters of the U.S. rule in Texas. So the Texas judge granted that preliminary injunction against the Biden administration for the Waters of the U.S. rule in the state of Texas. Federal Judge Jeffrey Vincent Brown, U.S. District Court of Appeals, issued that motion on Sunday, responding to a lawsuit by Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton. Text line open, 877-396-W105. We'll talk about Amanda Bynes up next.
I will. Thanks for pointing out that at least he isn't reading no one's text, but his selected fans-only subscribers, says the texter. Look, when we get in discussion with Beast Telling Stories, and I look at some of the texts that are relative, that's when I talk about it. And when I heard, I couldn't stop.
Wait. I know that's not right because half the time you don't even know what the hell is going on.
I do.
No.
Too.
You're not paying enough attention to the actual show. And there again, you're about to read a text that the guy texted multiple texts, and you're going to totally read it out of context, so the audience doesn't understand what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Go ahead, read it.
No, he's already had enough already. And another texter says that Biden and his cronies pulled their money out of Silicon Valley Bank a week before they went under, says the texter.
Gavin Newsom. I'm sure the Pelosi's had something to do with that, too, because that's in her district.
Yeah. And could Tom get the mayor of Hobbs on the extended version? It's good at this. He's good at the same old people. I've been trying to get Mayor's Week next week. We'll talk to all our area mayors, and we'll have them. Haven't had them on because of the state legislature session. But now that they're freed up, we can get them on.
Yeah, I know. It's just like blah, 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 blah. Chip said no, but there really are three. He said there really are 3D food printers that make really good food. It's great. You should look into it, Chip said.
Are you kidding me?
He sent us a YouTube video on the text line. If you get
Tom, when you talk, sometimes this is what I hear.
What the?
Wow, 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 wow.
Well, especially when it devolves into a bunch of excuses.
Oh, it is not.
I've got Mayor's Week, and I'm going to get them all on next week.
Well, we haven't heard from them. We'll get Tim Jennings on, too, by the way.
Hey, some more softball questions.
Yeah, they one of the employees at Roswell gone this week.
Yeah.
Don't know what happened.
He's in charge of the community development department.
Another person that's gone.
They're cleaning house down there. It's a refreshing thing. B.
That what?
It's a refreshing.
Oh, they're refreshing things. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I got you, Tom. I'm sure. Sure.
Every once in a while, you gotta clear them out, dude.
Well, I'm glad you said that. So when we clear your ass out, you will be under complete understanding.
Okay.
Because every once in a while, you just got to clear it out.
Well, maybe clear you out. What are you talking about?
I ain't going nowhere.
So, you and I have been together forever.
Let me ask you this much.
For 16 years.
Let me ask you this.
Except for those 3.
And what happened with those 3? I'm just curious, Tom.
Well, I went to Redosa and did radio down there, and then he called me. No, I called him and said, "Hey, they want you back over here."
No, that's not the way.
Damn sure was.
Not even close
So
to what happened.
let me get to my point, Tom. So, say me and Will get into a knockdown drag out,
right?
And me and him split drawers, which I don't think would ever happen. But how long do you think before I got another gig?
3 months, maybe.
So let's
a week tops.
Let's reverse that.
Okay.
You get an argument and split drawers with Will. How long would it be before you got another job?
Depends on when I want to go back to work.
Denial.
Ain't a denial. It's just true.
Denial.
You can always go back and call play-by-play with your buddy that you taught at the other station.
Yeah, that's it. Good. Amanda Bynes, wasn't she one of the first non-binary folks?
Yeah, she was.
Was she really?
Yeah, she was.
Yeah. Anyway, they found her.
The teen heartthrob that was like a sex symbol was non-binary.
Yeah. They found her wandering Los Angeles naked. She was in downtown Los Angeles just walking around naked.
Mm-hmm.
And she's been placed on a psychiatric hold. And she was completely nude. She's 36 years old. And she was a good-looking lady back in the day.
This isn't her first tout into the wild side. She's been up on drug charges and been in mental treatment through most of her life.
Her and Lindsay Logan were going through all this.
Lohan.
Lindsay Logan. Yeah, Lindsay Logan was a whole nother person.
Yep.
I mean, I remember when Lindsay Logan would hang out with Lindsay Lohan. And man, that was one hell of a party.
No. That's when Lindsay Logan was hanging out with that singer, Briannica.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't it when she running around with Briannica? And
yes, Briannica, yes.
And Brittany too.
And then they were hanging out with Justin.
Brittany Arrows. It was Brittany Arrows. Yeah. That's who she was hanging out with. That's right.
And Britney Spears.
And what about when she was hanging out with Justin Catt?
Oh, that guy.
Right. That's it.
Justin Catt. Oh, yeah.
But Lindsay's going to be a
His
mama now.
His name's not Beaver.
Yeah. She's going to be a mama soon, so she settled down.
Thank you. Looks like a former U.S. Marine arrested. It all went over his head. Former U.S. Marine arrested in Australia for training Chinese military pilots. What the hell's up with that? The former U.S. Marine pilot arrested in Australia for having been lured there by Australian security agency. His lawyer said on Monday after he was extradited had an extradition hearing in Sydney. Daniel Duggan, 54, of the United States, training Chinese military pilots how to land aircrafts on carrier ships. Training was conducted in South Africa at an aviation school. Wait, we got a Marine teaching the Chinese military pilots how to land on aircraft carriers. Wow. Supposedly he's paid about $88,000 by the Chinese. Why would the Chinese need to know how to land on aircraft carriers?
There's a big piece of water out there.
Yes, big piece of water. Thank you.
Yeah, the Pacific Ocean. I don't know.
Yeah, that thing is huge. Anxiety strikes $8 trillion mortgage debt market.
My goodness.
$8 trillion mortgage debt, considered almost the as safe as U.S. Government bonds, according to the banking sector. Yeah. Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac loaned a bunch of money to people that probably shouldn't have got loans. When's the last time that happened? Anybody tell me when's the last time that happened? We had the bank crash, and yeah, they gave like zero down financing to people that couldn't afford to buy a damn a car.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, a $300,000 home. When's the last time that happened? Oh, it was under Obama. Oh, I got you. Wow. It was under Obama and under Biden. And here we are again. Amazing. Monmouth University, strategic polling numbers. Biden's approval rating, and he's got a low approval rate. Actually, Kamala Harris's approval rating is lower than Biden's approval rating. 41% of Americans approve of Joe Biden as president. 51% disapprove. So 10-point margin when it comes to approval versus disapproval. How the hell is he going to get elected? 41% approve, 51% say, oh, hell no. The approval rating of Kamala Harris is 36%. Wow. When it comes to Donald Trump, in the last 2 weeks, since we've heard about Trump being arrested, Donald Trump's numbers have surged on the Republican side. 14-point lead for Donald Trump. 14 percentage points above Ron DeSantis. Trump 41%, DeSantis 27%, Nikki Haley 3%. Wow. So Donald Trump's numbers are surging. Tell you one thing that's not surging, average U.S. apartment size is shrinking. How big is the biggest apartment? Not big. 900 square feet or less apartment size. That's it. 846, we're going to take a break. Text line is open. Our number 877-396-W105.
All right, Josh from the Patch is an accident report. There's an accident on 62, 180, and County Road 29. Everyone is on the side of the road. I'll text our source right quick. This report being brought to you by
Luke Ragsdale, RagsdaleLawFirm.com. Check him out today. 846.
Did you finish the text where there's some pertinent information in there?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't go to the end of it. All right,
Everyone is on the side of the road, but
Right.
there's debris all over the road and another DOT hauling towards 128 down Whipside Road. So there's debris on the road for that wreck, so be careful.
All right, thanks, Will.
That's
Oh,
pertinent.
by the way, I have another PSA to talk about. Those who are going to travel to Las Cruces tomorrow, the White Sands Missile Range office has informed us that they will be performing missile tests tomorrow. Now, 3 highways will be closed. Highway 380 from San Antonio to Carrizozo. Highway 70 between the St. Augustine Pass and Alamogordo. And Highway 54 between McGregor Range and the exit to Oro Grande. So,
Wow, I feel like I'm back in Alamogordo. Because the Alamogordo stations, we used to do the roadblocks all
Oh
the
my
time.
God! Oh
I
my
haven't
God!
done those. I haven't
Thank
heard
you for
that or
bringing that
not even thought
PSA
about
in.
that in
So
years.
we've done the PSA for that, and we've had a dog loose.
Well,
so we're covering it all this morning.
What's
Thank
up
you.
with that? You realize that like very few of our listeners travel that direction, right?
Thank you. We appreciate
but
the
just in
pertinent
case those
information.
do go that way. So, Might seek an alternate route. That's important information.
It does suck. If you get caught in a roadblock at White Sands, it sucks. So it's something.
I've had it happen to me one time.
All the time. So you're better off checking before you go that route. If
most
you do.
definitely. 848 morning show this morning being brought to you by Roadrunner Grill. Awesome breakfast. Get in there and get your breakfast today inside the Best Western Pecos Inn. And if you need a caterer, they do cater. So they can handle that for you. Need them to prepare meals for folks out in the patch on location or maybe in the office. Call in advance, 575-748-3324. Roadrunner Grill inside the Best Western Pecos Inn. And don't forget, they can cater your next big event. Very windy today. Winds getting up 35 miles an hour, blowing dust everywhere. High 81, blowing dust tonight, 25-mile-an-hour winds, down to about 47 in tomorrow. 35-mile-an-hour winds and high 78. Check of the weather being brought to you by our buddies at Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply. This weekend, Chick Days going on. Yeah, when you buy a bag of Purina Start and Grow, 25-pound bag, get 3 chicks free. 50-pound bag of Start and Grow, 6 chicks free. With the price of eggs going through the roof, Chick Days is going to be a big success this year. You can count on that. Runyon Ranch, we'll have the petting zoo out there, and they'll have food trucks and all kind of other stuff. Check them out this weekend for Chick Days at the Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply. Chick Days at the Lincoln County Mercantile and Capitan. Mark it down April 7th and April 8th. We're going to get you updated with everything going on. White Claw coming out with a brand new vodka. Las Cruces, it looks like the Attorney General warning you or making you aware about a brand new software update on 2 cars. Yeah, many of these insurance companies were going to stop insuring these cars until they come up with a different security update. They've done that. We'll talk about that. A poster child for violent crime in Albuquerque faces 20 to 25 years in jail, and drivers speeding through checkpoints actually had migrants in the trunk. We'll talk about that story. And a youth shelter employee in Georgia charged with sexual assault on 2 kids. We'll get to those stories coming up next. Check of the weather this morning. Being brought to you by, make that check of news this morning, being brought to you by North Star Laundry, one-stop shop for all your laundry needs. They offer wash, dry, and fold. They offer cleaning, pressing, starching. They can do dry cleaning, and they have coin-operated machines available that you can go take care of all of that on your own. They're open 7 days a week, and you can find them in Carlsbad, 609 West Lee, 604 West Church Street in Carlsbad, and Loving at 406 West Cedar. North Star Laundry, check them out today. 8:51, we're coming right back. Good news of the day still to come, and the extended version. We're being the Breakfast Club on W105.
Local news brought to you by M&W Water Well Drilling and Pump Services in Lovington. Owned, operated, and serving the community for over 30 years. Call 575-390-4446.
Make M&W Waterwell Drilling and Pump of Lovington your domestic well specialist. Owner-operated with 30-plus years of experience, specializing in complete water systems for new home construction, domestic well drilling, as well as replacement wells and servicing all makes and models of water systems, including variable speed drive and constant water pressure systems. Call M&W Waterwell Drilling and Pump today at 575-390-4446. That's M&W Waterwell Drilling and Pump. Hometown quality you can depend on.
MTD Radio News, I'm Joe Miller. Federal government shelling out more than $11 million towards several wildfire prevention projects across New Mexico. The funding will mainly benefit work happening around homes and properties in northern New Mexico, but some funding will address projects in San Miguel, Sandoval, and Santa Fe counties, and all 5 different projects awarded funding in New Mexico. It comes from the Department of Agriculture and the U.S. Forest Service's Community Wildfire Defense Grant Program. A boost in funding for that program came as part of the 20 2022 infrastructure bill, the lion's share of New Mexico's grant funding is going towards a project by the Cimarron Watershed Alliance and Colfax Collaborative Wildland Urban Interface. Special election going to be held in Tatum to decide a fifth council member should be added after a resident-led petition received more than the required amount of signatures. The petition required 5% of registered Tatum voters to sign the petition in order for it to be validated and adopted. The petition gathered about 13% of the 443 registered voters in Tatum. Resident Rusty Ramirez led the charge in gaining the 61 signatures for that position. Currently, there are 4 council members, and the mayor exercises a tie-breaking vote when needed. The Hobbs Animal Adoption Center dealing with staffing shortages and as a result has had to cut their operating hours and cease vaccinations and surgeries. Hobbs Police Information Officer Rianne Alarcon says the city of Hobbs working on restricting positions within the facility. Alarcon says she wasn't sure what the pay difference would be. According to the last job posting for the animal control position on the city of Hobbs website, the pay range varied from $19 to $20 an hour. And that's what's happening. I'm Joe Miller, MTD Radio News.
Carlsbad, get ready as 505 Productions is back with their huge gun and knife show at the Walter Gerald's Performing Arts Center, 4012 National Parks Highway this weekend. Starting Friday night, March 24th from 4 to 8 p.m., Saturday, March 25th from 9 to 5, and Sunday, March 26th from 10 to 4. Over 160 tables available to shop with guns, knives, ammo, scopes, and other gun accessories, jewelry, hides, gold and silver, plenty of 2A shirts and merch, and much more. Admission is just $7 per day or $10 for the weekend. Kids under 12 are free. Don't miss the 505 Productions Gun Show this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Walter Gerald's Performing Arts Center on National Parks Highway in Carlsbad.
Hey everyone, this is Daniel Bellis at Carlsbad Chevrolet. I want you guys to relax a little bit. I want you to lean back and I'm going to hypnotize you. We're going to buy your vehicles at Carlsbad Chevrolet. We're going to give you top dollar at Carlsbad Chevrolet to buy your vehicles. Now wake up and bring me your dang car. What's really going on? Bring your cars. You need to get rid of them. I need more. I'm ready to pay you top dollar like I pay the auctions. We need to supplement these new cars that are not coming, and we need them now. That's right here at Carlsbad Chevrolet. No hassles, no commissions, period.
Red Zone 2023, a night with two-time NFL MVP and Super Bowl champion Kurt Warner is coming to the Bulldog Pit in Artesia, New Mexico, Saturday, April 1st. Doors open at 6 p.m. Event begins at 7. The event is free of charge, but you must have a ticket to enter. Tickets must be picked up at the Chamber of Commerce in Artesia. Red Zone 2023 is presented by myashley.org, a local charity with the focus of combating the epidemic of drunk driving after the Richards daughter, Ashley Richards, lost her life to a drunk driver in 2009. Come show your support and see Super Bowl champ Kurt Warner 7 p.m. Saturday, April 1st at the Bulldog Pit in Artesia. Tickets and corporate sponsorships are still available by contacting the Artesia Chamber of Commerce. Ad made possible by a donation from Yucca Blossom.
Honey, what are you doing? It's 4 a.m.
Well, I'm making a big breakfast for you and the kids. We got to get going this morning. It's a long drive to Midland Airport.
I booked our flights out of our airport here in Hobbs. It's in town, not in Texas.
Well, you want some toast?
Is that strawberry?
Organic boysenberry.
I'm going back to bed.
Love you.
Flying in and out of Hobbs gives you more time and less stress. So when it's time to fly, you gotta fly Hobbs.
The global demand for oil and natural gas is growing, and leaders are looking to American producers to satisfy that demand with the abundant resources available in our country. If you're passionate about keeping energy affordable for your neighbor and reliable for everyone, then it's time you consider a career in oil and natural gas. Coterra Energy is expanding their Permian team and is offering an unmatched employee benefits package. If you're interested in applying, text Coterra to 71441. That's COTERRA to 71441. Coterra Energy is an equal opportunity employer.
There's great St. Patty's Day sales all this week at Bob's Thriftway. Fresh green cabbage, 3 pounds for $1. Russet potatoes, 5-pound bag, only $2.49. And in the butcher shop, T-bone steak, $7.99 a pound. Sirloin cut pork chops, down to $1.99 a pound. And it's National Frozen Food Month. Get the large Red Baron pizzas, 2 for just $9. Totino's pizza rolls, big 100-count bag, only $8.88. And these are just a few of the hundreds of big inflation party specials this week at Bob's Thriftway, where for 50 years your grocery dollar has always gone farther. And they still carry your groceries out for you. 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
It's alive!
And the Breakfast Club in the morning.
W105.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet, and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio. Text line at 877-396-W105.
You're the coolest person that's ever talked to me.
Couple minutes away from 9 o'clock. Extended version is on the way. Morning show this morning being brought to you by State Representative District 61, Randy Pettigrew, reminding you if you need help in Santa Fe, all you got to do is get in touch with Randy. You can find contact information online at randallpettigrew.com. If you're trying to get your license back or need help with child support or regulatory issues and can't get anything done in Santa Fe, that's where Randy steps in and is able to help you. So Randy, just coming back from Santa Fe, tough, very tough session, but they were able to battle back many legislation, including many Second Amendment gun legislations that they were able to defeat with the help of Democrats, because that's the only way they can do it, is get people to cross over the aisle, and they were very successful in doing so. RandallPettigrew.com for more information. Tom and the text.
All right, it looks like Tom A. is working his hemorrhoids today, says the text. And depending on state assistant status, when Tom goes back to work, I've never had it, never will. And Texter says, if Whip is closed, you can take Red Road, which is before the giant hill right there. Another texter says, I do drive that way. He says, so don't be a hater. Well, thanks, Tommy, says the texter.
Yeah, please read who that was, by the way.
That's troll number 2.
Thank you, troll 2. Thank you.
But honestly, though, we're on the World Wide Web.
Tell you what, those Democrats stick together. They really do. Proving the point again.
Tony in the cab shop. Now, how would a Marine know how to land on a carrier? He says.
What?
Yeah. How would a Marine know how to land on a carrier?
For one, Marine Corps have Marine pilots, and the Marine Corps is part of the Navy. It says on the bottom of your check, Department of the Navy.
Okay, yes. That it is. And one more text me. Why do you think that they're buying farms next to the Air Force bases? Ask the texter.
Oh, maybe so they can keep up with what's going on. I don't know. Maybe that's a stretch.
Yeah.
Maybe. Still very foggy out there. Be very safe. We got blowing dust throughout the day. It's going to stick around until Saturday. Quick check of the weather being brought to you by our buddies Iron River Inspection, ironriverinspection.com. Mike and Matt, they've been in the business for a long time. In fact, second-generation pipeliners, they put together a team of professionals. They've got 300 years of combined experience, and they would love to go to work for you. Pipeline inspection, also facility inspection, safety training, consulting. They're top-notch when it comes to everything that they do. They look out for your best interest. IronRiverInspection.com. That's where you can find out more information. Good news of the day being brought to you by Rustin Hayes. Find him 1109 West Avenue D in Lovington. Taking care of your home, auto, life insurance, commercial insurance. He is very good at bundling it all together to save you a ton of money. 575-396-0513. Call them today.
So a woman lost her digital camera 13 years ago when she dropped it while she was tubing down the river in Colorado. But a fisherman just found it. Checked the memory card, and the photos are still on there. He tracked her down online, and now he's sending it back to her this week. Brands including Puma and Under Armour are stepping up to help a 14-year-old football player. I say again, he's 14 in Michigan, and they're trying to help him find shoes that fit. He's already 6'10", and he was in the news after his mom said she couldn't find cleats to fit his size 23 feet.
Oh, my goodness.
That's a big old boy.
He's getting fitted in the next week or two and should have new shoes later this spring. Look, I know how hard it is to find 14s. I can't imagine 23s. So a guy who went to Dickinson College in Pennsylvania just donated $2 million to cover 4 years of tuition for 5 students from Ukraine. He's also covering room and board and all their expenses to get here. The school posted a great video where all 5 kids find out about the scholarships in a Zoom call. It's obviously life-changing news, and that is the good news of the day.
Ain't nothing like helping Americans, though. Nothing.
Yeah, Russ.
We've had this gentleman on call for 20 minutes now, so we got to get to him before we go.
Well,
why are we just finding out
Because
about
I've
it?
been signaling to Tom every time we have somebody on the phone. He won't go.
Russ,
That's
you
his
have
job.
a microphone, bro.
Roll with it, baby.
You can talk.
Okay. Well, you're on Being the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Morning. How y'all doing today?
Yeah.
We're good. What's happening?
I wanted to comment. Y'all haven't said anything about it lately, but about the transgender that was trying to use the bathroom with the women. It's just a simple solution. Instead of identifying yourself as a certain sex, identify yourself as what you can do. Put a name on the bathroom that says Baby Makers, and then put one on the other restroom that says Baby Carriers. And, if you make babies, you go in this bathroom. If you can have babies, you go in this bathroom. Just simple.
Oh, but they think men can have babies now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're very
Yeah,
confused.
men can have babies. You got to have tampons in their bathrooms and their.
Yeah.
Thank you,
New
caller.
Mexico. Michigan, we were making fun of Michigan a couple months ago about putting, feminine products in boys' bathrooms. And then New Mexico turns around and does the same damn thing. So I can't make fun of anybody because New Mexico might do it. All right, 904 KWMW, Malgemore, 105.1 FM. We're coming right back. Tom, who's going to be on the extended version?
He is Philip Houston, the director of the Carlsbad Lifehouse. We'll talk to him about drug addiction, how they help the patients out there, and also help for those who have relatives who are drug addicts.
All right, we'll talk to him coming up next. News this morning being brought to you by Atlas Makeup Mirror, atlasmakeupmirror.com. Right now, she's got mirrors at half off because they have a slight imperfection. Could
Only
be
a few left. I think this is probably the last time we're going to talk about it. So I was supposed to tell you that already, B, and I dropped the ball. Sorry, Rebecca. So she's only got a couple left. So if you want them, you better get them now because they're going to be gone.
So their number, the only way to order these is by calling Rebecca Long, 575-631-3189. Give her a call today. ×1, ×5, ×10, magnification, bright lights. Check the videos out on Instagram and on Facebook. Go to the website and make your order today. AtlasMakeupMirror.com. Local inventor Rebecca